Right. Never mind, guys. Here we go. It's monthly AT. We're going to use this first round to basically check out all the teams that are playing here. I think it's Goku on his alt account. Let's leap directly into it. Here we go. Get ready for that game and get ready for the content. Let's load on in. Here we go. We're going to have Goku. Ah, interesting. It's going to be Oki here, actually. On the Necromancer. Is it going to be minions here from Oki? Let's see if it will be. And it's going to be Raikön on grenades. Ah, it is going to be the big one because there's no Draza or Frey in this tournament, guys. So it's not going to be the full Lakers roster. It's going to be the French Worms roster. Oki actually playing Core Necro. Could be Minion Monster later on, though, potentially. Azaz on Renegade, as always. And then once again, we have Goku on the support guardian there. So, yeah, very standard comp here from the Worms, that Necro. They're still going with that comp that they like there with the nades. And, of course, the Renegade there for additional DPS. So with the Thief there, normally it will be Draza. This time it's going to be the Big Worm, a.k.a. Spree. But that is very interesting because they are going to have a big team to go up against, guys. Oh, thanks for the host there, by the way, Elsa. But take a look at this, guys. We have a very, very... Wow, this team is beast mode, actually, guys. We have a betrayal. The Lakers have betrayed the Worms. Because this is an all-star team right here, guys. We actually have the Master of Disaster, Zan, Draza, and Frey. Like a lot of big ex-pro players here in the mix. 4 ex-pro ESL players here, pro league gamers here. And wait, who is this? Who's the Rev, actually? I almost thought this is this Boyce, actually? I'm not actually totally sure. I feel like he has an alt account called like Moshi or something like that. Could be anyone though. I believe it's his alt, but there you go. Wow, this team is actually insane. Oh my god. This team is disgusting. So we actually have Misha, Boyce, Zan, Draza, Frey. Oh. That is repulsive. What a team. Definitely out there as one of the strongest teams in this monthly AT. That is for certain. I think the Lakers, or rather the Worms, are going to have some serious trouble into this team. But we have some other teams to look over here as well. It's going to be the Quaggons on duty. Let's go check it out, guys. Quaggons on duty are here. It's going to be Cranel, Benny, Mamias, Zemvo, and Demolish. So nearly full roster outside of Holy Beard, man. Definitely a strong team here. I definitely expect to see them go pretty far here, at least pretty deep into elimination phase after Swiss there. Running their normal comp there with the Thief and the Mirage. Demolish on that team fight Scourge with full DPS. Soul Reaping Curses Scourge, very deadly there with the double wells. Huge damage here from Mirage, and of course the Thief DPS is there as well. Benny on the Sikkim Soul, because I think he'll be going for a base Ranger or maybe a Protection Hollow later on here. Or maybe even Minion Mines potentially for even more like double Necro team fight content there. So yeah, Demolish Scourge, monthly attacks indeed. But this game is already over. The Quaggon's doing very well there. Let's see, what other teams could we be looking out for here? So we actually have a Tenebrae team. It's going to be like other Worms, basically. Who's it going to be? Yep, it's going to be Tenebrae here, Blacksmiths here, Zeolith, Lisa, and Akon. So a bit of a kind of like a pug, kind of French-style team here by the looks of that. It's mostly French gaming all over the place here. So that's a pretty strong roster here as well. I don't think they really have, they're not going to have like crazy synergy together, but they do have a very good comp here with that double Necro. We saw this utilized very effectively, actually, by some teams in the recent tournament, using that double Necro just to smash that team fight, annihilate that team fight big time there. You love to see it. Here from that team, they're obviously going to win very convincingly into some of the early rounds. A lot of the early rounds, guys, not going to be the most exciting things in the universe. It turns out, guys, that, the top teams are going to win pretty hard. Let's see. Ooh, Quarantine Chris. See what I mean, guys? There's a lot of very good teams here. So here we actually have Feifei, Belzadar, Cole Summers, Maya, and Citadel. Yeah, that's a very strong roster, actually. Now, they are going to be playing a similar thing that we saw them play in the previous monthly. In the previous monthly, they actually didn't really... Oh, that's going to... Nearly falling damage death. But actually peeled back just in time there and gets the res here from Faith. That's kind of nice. But regardless, no support here. So they are going to be playing essentially a roaming comp there with the double side noder from Curl. Actually, it's not a side note. It's going to be nades here from Feifei, roaming here on the Revenant there with Belzadar, Thief from Maya, and kind of like this duelist, slightly semi-team fight here with Citadel. So roaming comp going up from these guys. They actually nearly made it work in the last monthly, and they did go far. So we'll see if they're able to replicate that in this tournament as well. I want to see who Payne's playing with. I might be too late, though. Let's see if we can make it, guys. Let's load in. Let's log in right now, guys. It's the Payne Pain team. It's always, you know, always like a bunch of different gamers that play on the Pain team every month, but you all see some familiar faces here, actually. Ooh, this is also a really good team, actually. We have Pain on Thief, as usual. Might just died a corner there. Unlucky Pain. No, just survives on 500 health. Adelanti here on the Support Guardian. Fly on the Power Herald. Gornet on the Reaper, and Aeon on the Minion Mon. So again, utilizing that double Necro comp. Actually, is a very similar team. In fact, almost identical to the team we saw them play in the recent Hardstuck Conquest League. So quite the monstrous roster of players here too. Definitely worth keeping an eye on this one as well. This could very easily go far. These players have good synergy together. They have a solid team fight comp, and it can definitely get some work done in that regard too. But you can see we've actually run out of time to go through all of these good teams. Because Might over Meta, this is also a solid team from the open bracket of the Hardstuck Conquest League. What about this team in here as well? We actually, here we go. Oh, I wonder, okay. I wonder who could be playing here. So we have Chunsu. Okay, we have Texby. Okay, here. I mean, these guys, these may not be, may not be, guys, the players playing on their main accounts here. We have a few permabans that happened on this roster, I believe. We have Synod on the Rev here, but that may not actually be Synod. I'm not sure if Synod's really playing the game right now, but there you go, guys. We have some alt account gaming. In fact, 3 alt accounts here, so 3 players who may not be playing on their main accounts there. Who knows what could have happened to their mains, guys? We simply do not know. Is Sin? No, it isn't. Essentially, this is probably going to be your Flandre Sakiki team here, by the looks of that. I'm not actually totally sure who everyone is here. The Minion Monster is almost certainly Flandre Miaz, Azadome on Thief, Chunsu on the Support Guardian. One of them, yeah, the Rev's probably Sakiki here, and then the final player, actually not totally sure who the final player is here on this secondary Necromancer. Who knows, guys? It could be anyone. Is Azam Rizadom? No, guys, that's not even close. I guess it's a little bit close. It's not that close. It's also a very powerful team, very solid in the team fight, high DPS, ultra big damage there, guys. So again, another one of those full team fight style comps that we'll see clash later on. They're going to obviously have a very easy time in some of these earlier games, kind of beating down the earlier rounds for sure. I think there's one final team that we want to take a look at, and that's definitely going to be looking at, where is it? Where is the gaming team? I think we want to look at, actually, is there another team that we want to look at? Maybe actually, oh yeah, Mind Over Meta. That's also going to be a powerful roster that can also certainly make it past elimination. I think Quaggan's into Mind Over Meta would definitely be worth looking at there for sure. That's going to basically be Hearthstone Zan. Mind Over Meta is the team that has Hearthstone Zan on it. They're also pretty damn juicy at the game. But wow, I mean, I think the really big thing, oh yeah, where is Serial? Where's Serial Killers, guys? What are they entered here? Because I think Rip is playing, but I actually don't see what they are actually entered as. There they are. Yeah, I see them now. Yep, there we go. I see them now, the Serial Killers, and that may well be full roster. We'll check that out in the next round. So Serial Killers is another team to look out for. So I think we actually have 8 competitive teams, right? This is actually very, very rare, dude. See, I told you, PvP is growing, right? We are getting there. Our frantic efforts are at least doing something, I guess, which is quite nice. It is only it's only 5-round monthly, man. You hate to see that. You really, really hate to see that 5-round monthly AT. We always prefer to see a 6-round, but still not too bad at all there, guys. Not too bad. Well, NA doesn't even have a caster. You know, it's something I actually would maybe want to ask ArenaNet if they would ever consider delaying the NA monthly by 1 hour. So what you could do in that regard is that I could at least stream like the half hour of the EU last hour of NA as well to like hype up the elimination, because the elimination takes around an hour, right? So if they delayed it, if they offset it by 1 hour, it would be kind of good anyway, right? Because it's a little bit late for, a little early for NA players anyway. So if we did it a little bit later, that would obviously make it maybe a bit more convenient, and I'd be able to hype up both of those at the same time, which I think will be a pretty good idea. That'd be pretty good. Doesn't NA also end faster than EU? It's actually surprisingly similar. It's very similar, actually, about the same. I guess NA a little bit faster a lot of the time. Some of the games can be very decisive on NA because they, it's less teams, right? So less like really good teams. So some of the games can be a bit stompier. And sometimes there are less rounds, but now EU also has low rounds too, only 5 rounds. Same those would farm both. No, they wouldn't. How could you possibly do that? Like, how can you enter both if they're both running simultaneously? You wouldn't be able to do that. It will be literally impossible. Okay, to actually play in both all-domain tournaments at the same time. Because even if you did EU and then finished EU, right? Well, you can't enter NA because they're offset by 1 hour. If they were offset by, like, say, like 5 hours... Oh, wow! Whoa! Actually, would you look at that? We actually have a GM assigned to watching this, apparently. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and it's this team as well. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Well, let's see, actually, if this team suddenly disappears. Oops. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. I didn't see that one, guys. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one, actually. I think we're definitely going to watch this game here. Pain into the serial killers. That'll be a very spicy one for us here. Let's go. Let's do this, guys. We're going in now. Million GMs activating. Purges will be enabled. Okay. So, ooh, nice. It's actually full serial killers. I like that. This is a very good match. This is a very spicy match. On the red team, it's going to be Stern, Support Guardian. For Brian, ooh, on grenades, actually. Away from his normal Revenant gameplay. Gonna be going with the grenades instead. Prototype. The Core Necromancer, Death Magic setup that we always see him go with. Blamthrax on the Weaver, utilizing this brand new Dagger Fire Weaver build. And finally, of course, Rip on Mirage. On the blue team, it's going to be Pain, Adelanti, Fly, Gornet, and Aeon. Here as well, that brutal, massive teamfight comp. This is a good map for it too. Good for teamfighting and good for rotation. It's going to be a really big clash of styles here. Red team will try and out-rotate and out-roam the blue team, going all over the place, generating some kills there and trying to destabilize and deny the team fight with the double Necromancer from the Reaper and the Core Necromancer on the blue team. Let's see if they can actually do that, because if they directly fight this, it's not going to be easy indeed. It is going to be brutal. Okay, Rip's not going to play anymore for a while. Dude, Rip is out. Okay, he is out of the game, dude. Okay, any GMs? Let's see. No GMs here. Okay, apparently I'm good enough. Anyway, here we go. Let's do this. Any nades, and it is going to be confirmed nades here for Brian, okay? Normally he is, of course, a Revenant player, playing Herald in particular, but once he goes something maybe a little bit tankier, a little bit more survivable than the Herald here, with some range pressure, so instead of going for the Renegade, prefers the grenades, kind of like a similar thing, like Nade, Hollow, and Renegade have a certain level of similarity in like what they actually do and the way they play out, but here we go. They are just going to directly get, oh my god, they directly engage the teamfight. They think it comes out into a Brian, but it's actually not going to be enough. Their Rip gets forced away there. Healing skill comes out there, but this is just really, really bad. Oh, and it's going to be actually SD Thief as well. That is going to destroy the team fight here from Pain. That damage is going to be massive. Here comes the massive Lich Swarm going up from both of the Necromancers there. Gornet and Aeon liching up. The Brian isolated over here. Pain looking for more kills. However, though, the red team actually do manage to survive quite well. Vibran does fall, but they get the disengage, and Blam pushes far, goes over towards the henge. Pain will get the decap here. However, the rest of the serial killers will arrive just in time to at least get back control of that node fairly quickly. Blam's going to find himself in some hot water, though, as Aeon, actually, no, it's going to be Gornet, and Fly moving over to get rid of Blam. He cannot hold that. No, that's so much damage there. The Herald. And, of course, the Direct Reaper. No way. And actually, we are see the blue team kind of getting ahead here a little bit, holding this decap. Pain looking to maybe even take this 1v1 into Pro. I'm not sure if he's going to do that. I think it will just simply take too long. Yeah, Pain realizes that is going to simply rotate away elsewhere onto the map. Looks like Rip and Stern looking to grab a mid here, but is there really an opening right now for the red team? Where are they going to go? Also, they're going to try and commit to this Necromancer and get rid of Gornet. I think that's a pretty good target here. The Reaper will have a lot of time surviving. A lot of trouble surviving into the Horsmith, and of course the Mirage here for Brian and Rip on the Warpath. Gornet a little bit low on cooldowns here too. Not much Shroud. Does get Spectral Armor, but has actually used his last stun break. That's it. He's just got Shroud now. The team arrives to peel him out fairly effectively. Looks like he is going to hang on at least for the time being. Red team though pushing this fight very, very aggressively. The support arrives, and is where things do get a little bit scary. Almost feel like red team has to disengage, and yeah, they know that too. They're going to try and find another place to attack here onto Aeon. Prototype trying to do some damage, pressuring Aeon. They're burning corners while Rip arrives. Here comes Rip. If they get a quick kill, that'll be really good. They do get a big spike onto Aeon, but she has Shroud available and will be able to survive quite nicely. And Adelanti and Gornet are now in play. Aeon, though, does not really have too much. Needs to re-summon those minions. Here they come. Minions getting back into play right now. Red team get that Scrabble. They get the decap, forcing Aeon away, and Blam holds this neutral as well into the Revenant. I don't think Fly wants to stay here. Yeah, this is really good now as well here from the serial killers. They're just so fast. Immediately moving that Mirage over to this Revenant. Could be able to find a kill. They do leave the mine open, but of course, that will only be a single node, and they actually were able to grab middle during all of that. And Stern and Prototype might be able to hold it. Double Necro into a Guard Necro is actually quite scary for the Guard Necro because it's just so much damage, and the Necros can sustain themselves quite well, of course, against conditions from Prototype, and they can do that very well with an Unholy Martyr, and they do so, and they actually win that fight just as the remainder of the blue team rotates in. Having said that, though, there may be an opportunity now for Red to actually push across the map there and once again split them, because they have Blam cemented on this henge. Now, they've got to do something about the mine. They're going to have respawns there, so Prototype and Stern will be able to go for the mine, and Blue Team is completely zogged. They're actually not responding to the engine anyway, and that's going to give the opportunity for a beast for the serial killers. That is very, very nice, actually, and there we go. Oh my god. Whoa, that would have been really disgusting. That would have been literally vomit-inducing if Painter managed to land that. However, he has not been able to do so. In fact, he actually gets caught, punished for it. Rip locks him down with some huge damage there for Brian and Blam. Prototype going for a decap here. Does get intercepted by Gornet. It's going to be held neutral, or rather held in blue team's favor for the time being. Lich comes out. That might force the decap here from Gornet. Yes, it absolutely is. And that will repel the Necromancer, allowing Prototype to go there. But now he's going to be 1v2. And the counter Lich, dude. And that is going to be hard to survive. Not much Shroud left over. Where is the support? The support is on middle. This is definitely going to be a dead Prototype. There we go. He does go down. Did neutralize that node there. I think Red team going to do the same over here on middle too. There it is. There's the neutralization. So Red team maintain that lead. You can really see how it is a case of cat and mouse with this. It's going to be blue team trying to lock down the serial killers, trying to keep up the tempo in this game as much as they can. If they can just keep ahead until like the later stages of the game, then they can run away with this. But they have to get more of a lead, I think, to really be comfortable. If they get that second node here, that would be great. Oh, Aeon, though, manages to WSD onto the point just barely in time. But she can't stay for long. However, Fly is now here too. And there's the full cap on middle. However, we did see Blamthrax rotate towards middle, and this punishes very hard as Pain was able to rotate away, get the henge quite quickly. But Prototype off respawn, I think gets the full cap here too. We could see Pain maybe cross the entire map. I don't think that's really going to be high value, but the team fight now begins here, and this is where that double Necromancer from the blue team is really, really going to suck. The red team just cannot hold in this. It is just too much damage. So much damage right there. For Brian goes down, and the team fight will collapse. I don't think Red can disengage either. No, Stern falls too, and Rip's looking to try and get something down the map, but it's not going to be easy. That, I think, should actually be the beginning of blue team having more points than red. I don't really see a way to prevent that from happening now for the red team here. They are going to get double cap. They have a kill bleeding out there. It's their support. They cannot fight without that whatsoever. And blue now just converges, and they completely collapse directly onto the henge to try and get rid of Blam, try to get rid of Rip. And there's just no way. Look at this position here. There's no way that we can see a push. Prototype and for Brian going for the henge, but Aeon is already going to be supported by Adelanti almost instantaneously. Very difficult to get very, very difficult indeed to make this work here for Red. And now they're in a bad map state. What do they do here? Blam's going to have to try and decap into this Thief here, which is going to take him a very, very long time, actually, and long enough that the Revenant here from Fly is able to reinforce. This does leave middle a little bit outnumbered, but it's 2 Necros and a support guard. Even with all the damage access that the serial killers have, it's going to be hard to break through that. Although, having said that, they get a massive spike onto Aeon. Aeon gets her Shroud up there. Signet getting pre-covered by Adelanti, though, but Aeon does not die yet. There's the kill. There should be a Signet, and that will be the res there. There's no Thief, of course. Bear in mind there, guys. There's only a Mesmer. Mesmer can do a good job of interrupting, but not good enough, apparently. And there we go. Actually, we do have a kill there. Onto Aeon again. The hand res is attempted there by Adelanti and Fly, but it's not going to come through. And yeah, there we go. The rotation here from the red team, able to have that fight nice and early before the Revenant rotated in, allow them to pressure Aeon and get that kill, denying the value of the team fight with a quick outnumber. And there, we actually do still see this 1v1 continue, actually. Like Blam and Pain just like locked in eternal combat, and now we have that double cap. Rip is down, though. Is there a revive available? It should be a hand res, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be a big hand res there. Well, actually, can they get that? It's going to be close. Sternia has to burn it. Wanted to try and save the Signet, but can't do it. Then gets interrupted again. Does actually manage to get Another res there, but she gets interrupted once more. They're great interrupts there from the blue team, and they're actually going to get that kill onto her. Oh, that is really bad. They found that Aeon kill, but their push is going to get cut short here a little bit. But during all of that, there was a slight destabilization of the team fight, and the blue team has fallen behind. They've lost that map control once again, and yeah, Blam not going to bother with the minion mounts, maybe worried about the plus and the respawns coming through there from the enemy team. Meanwhile, blue team looking to once again secure middle. They have the henge now. Blam probably will push back towards it once he thinks that maybe the necromancers have already been drawn away to mid. Yep, now he's going to start moving directly over there, but will be intercepted by all of the minions. Does he want to take that fight? I don't think he does. He thinks it's going to take too long to actually neutralize that. Instead, maybe looks towards the team fight to outnumber it. Oh, Pain doing a lot of work here. I almost want to see Pain go for a full cap here, actually. Let's see if he's going to do it. Looks like he is going to greed for it. However, his team is not able to survive. This is where you've got to be a little bit careful with these rotations, right? Because now we see Atalante and Gornet die because of that outnumber. A big outnumber, too. That was a 5v3, right? 5v3, essentially on middle. And even though the blue team, they actually do get an advantageous point state, they are going to have a really hard time holding on to that, as we do see massive Thief Gaming holding on there, and there's the double cap. However, the respawns for blue team will be coming through very shortly. It's only 3 points that separate these teams right now, and now we do see blue team right there with Fly and Pain to try and neutralize, although I don't think Fly can hold on for much longer there. Pain does have Dagger Storm, so he can be super annoying with that and continuously contest into this node there, and a Necromancer is now maybe moving up. Yeah, looks like we're going to see a direct rotation from Atalante to support Fly and Pain. Is he going to be able to get here in time? Looks like Fly taking a lot of damage. Can there actually be enough healing here? Interrupts going through there onto the Guardian, but the healing is going to be good, and the Revenant will survive so far. Good hold here. In fact, Rip is now the one who's in a bit of trouble. That Revenant damage being turned back around right onto him. Is there going to be a port going through? There is on with Pain there. That's a very nice crate, though, by Verbrian. Beautiful crate to peel out Rip, but Rip needs some support. He needs some healing. Has that stealth. Should be able to disengage somewhat effectively, but it's certainly not a done deal just yet. And in fact, he can't get support because his support is about to be dead. Here comes the renewed focus. The healing is good. They actually managed to get a kill, though. Oh, onto Fly. This could be a bigger, big empower there. Resing Sen and Rip as well. Really clutch fight there by the serial killers. Two of their key players, Rip and Stern, unbelievably low, but they pull it back there. 10 points in this game. Here comes the Lich there as well. From that's a big Lich too. Atalante could potentially be in a lot of trouble here. Aeon actually isolated in a 1v4. Now that's almost certainly a dead minion monster. Red team maintaining that lead, getting to that 400 point mark. Pain goes for the decap, but actually gets intercepted and nearly killed by Rip. If Rip's able to win this, this will be absolutely disgusting. But if Pain wins, it's really, really bad there as well. Aeon is actually going to get stomped out on mid. She will respawn soon to be able to push into that fight there. But actually, Rip having a good time. He is doing the 1v1 of his life right now. That ectoplasm obviously very, very annoying, but looks like we actually are going to see Pain be driven away there. He couldn't get his full health out there. He goes back in, but I think we find the kill. Yeah, Rip actually finds that kill. Oh, that's really big. No Thief on the map for a good amount of time, and of course 5 points becoming ever more relevant. I think we're in a situation where we're going to see the blue team have a very tough time actually getting those 30 points. It might not seem like a lot, but in a game like this, it is, oh, I actually love this here. This is so good. Rip goes for the beast, knowing that there's no real way for the blue team to respond. There's no Thief. The Rev can't really get there. Oh, that's so good there by Rip. His team just bunkers mid. They've got the Necromans. They've got the double Lich, but Stern's cooldowns are holding firm. There is the beast kill by Rip. He's got to get back to the node, though. His Pain is moving. And actually, somehow, we actually see blue team pop off and win the team fight, getting a kill there onto Fly, but I don't think it matters. Red team just don't have to even win. They just need to not lose. If they can hold on just a little bit longer, they will win the game. Stern is about to fall. Stern does go down, but it really is a contest and win the game. Blam just needs to hold just a little bit longer. A few more points. For Brian goes on node. It's a die on node situation. Shield 5 on Hollow will be really good here. He's in downset there, and we are going to see a stomp out onto it, but it's simply too late. Rip is actually down. Oh my god. No, it's not enough time for a decap, though. Blam tracks to rise, and the node will actually be held. That would have been really disgusting if he actually managed to get that a little bit quicker, but it's not going to be good enough. And Pain, Pain even dies out of Blam, and here comes the stomp, and that will end the game. And an insanely close matchup there between serial killers and the Pain and Aeon team. Very back and forth. I think we'll be probably seeing a rematch of that a little bit later on. It is, of course, just the Swiss rounds currently. Wow. What a situation. Ooh, I knew this game would be good, guys. We have another insane close game here. It is the Quaggons on duty versus the Mind over Meta. It is going to be... What even is this, okay? Wait, what is this name? Okay, you know Touchy Touchy on Mirage. It is going to be MIMN Niccolo on Power Herald. MIM Zan, Hearthstone Zan. Zan, who still has his main account unban Zan. Here he is on the Thief. Ace on Support Guardian, of course, and Atrastia on the Power Herald. Is it Condi Herald maybe from this guy? It's actually Condi Herald from Niccolo, actually, and Power Herald from Atrastia. Blue team has a bit of a lead, but they actually do end up losing their Thief there too. Respawn's coming through for Ace. However, the middle node is being held firm here right now by Saber and by Zenvo. Red team kind of needs to answer that. Of course, we do actually have the red team grabbing up that mine there. Looks like Red are going to focus very heavily towards the henge, trying to establish another double cap. Or we actually see a revive potentially here onto Demosh. Is there going to be a Stomper? They've got to get that kill. If Red team can find that kill, they can maybe win this game. Cranel is now back, but Red team needs that second node to get back into this game. Quagga and Demosh is still getting cleaved out. Where's the Guardian? The Guardian is here. Can't have, doesn't have sync though. Cannot get that revival. Red team, they need to get more, though. They need more. Ooh, and they actually get it. Here comes the decapture here by the Guardian. I believe it's side node Guardian, too. Mirage, sorry. It's Chaos, Dueling, and Mirage. Zenvo is over here to match that. And the Thief does find the full decap on the mine. So this is definitely a very, very close game, as that will now be usually the entire map will be held completely static here for a time there, with the blue team just slightly ahead by 5 points. Can the Maiden Meta boys find a fight? They've got 2 minutes to get something here. Oh, but this full cap from Cranel is going to be good. It's going to be very, very good. The Quaggans looking to win. There needs to be a response. They've got to get rid of that node or get something elsewhere here. However, looks like they are about to win mid. Actually, here we have MIMZ coming up there as well, looking for Zenvo. Zenvo in trouble. That Thief is going to be a serious obstacle for him to survive. He wants to keep this neutral. He wants to do it as much as he possibly can, but he's not going to do it for much longer. He's going to go, there's the kill. Cranel might try a revive. Yep, he's going to go for it. Oh no, he can't die actually. Like, Cranel realized those 5 points suck, and they have no map pressure off that too. But here we go, a minute left there, 4-2-9, there's the cap. But we now need to see a decap here for Red Team to actually win. A Beast would do it too, but there's no opportunity for that right now, actually. So far, Niccolo holding off here quite nicely. Saber coming in to support Demolish. Cranel very, very low. Ooh, if this Thief 1v1 is relevant here. Yeah, I think Zan finds the decap. Ooh, this is really scary. Ace did die over there, so they need to actually make sure they don't give up the henge. But there's the neutralization. Yeah, Cranel can't take this. He can't push. Doesn't feel confident into that. Too low. Can't get it. Goes for the Mesmer instead. But actually, the Quaggans are in actually a world of pain right now. Double cap. It actually wins even if the henge is captured. Atrastia, of course, doesn't want to die. Even those fights, you do not want to give that up there. But there is the double cap. Atrastia does go down. But now the red team, they just need to bunker this. Oh, no! I don't believe it! Or Ace actually makes it. Wow, really great awareness there. They left that open, but Ace is able to respond there and match that. Leaves it with no Guardian there. Oh no, but Beast actually wins. I think, yep, there's the Beast. There's got to be a Beast right now for the red team, others they will lose. Here comes Niccolo, but there's not enough time, and the game ends. The Beast gets the job done with 30 seconds left on the clock. Made in meta, just barely defeated by the Quaggans on duty. Getting that quick cleanup there on the henge and then going for that decisive beast kill was just enough to secure the win for them. Wow. That is a crazy game right there. What a game. That is insane. Anil won the game. Beast did indeed win the game. Hearthstone Zan, my queen. Ooh, temple match. This monthly AT is going to be big, guys. Okay, this is going to be Boyce. Okay, Boyce Gaming. Here it is, Misha. Dude, a big fan of this Mirage build, actually. Still going with this Chaos Inspiration Power Damage Mirage with Berserker, Sword, Torch, and the Staff. Even with that juicy Scholar Rune. It is the God of Slayers. Boyce. Power Herald. On his alt account. The God of Slayers. Zan. Big Xananas, okay? Unbanned, Unchained Zan. Fresh account, guys. I love to see these new players. I really do. I love seeing new players in Guild Wars 2. Zan, very new to the game. He's only been playing Guild Wars 2 for maybe, like, you know, a few weeks at this point. Right? Maybe, like, you know, 1 week or so. Very new player to Guild Wars 2. Draza on the DP Thief here with the Berserker Amulet, of course, with the Rune of Divinity. Frey on support guard. This is a beast team. Now, they are going to have to figure out what they're going to do against this team fight, because we are seeing a double Necromancer composition from the red team. It's going to be, I think, is it double core, or is there going to be one Minion Monster here from this team here? Let's see if there's a GM here. No GM, guys. Wow, unlucky. But here you go, guys. We actually have a big damage gamer. The minions, we have Denab Basart here as well on the other. Oh, GM has now been summoned. That Blood Magic, Soul Reaping, and Curse is the normal core Necromancer build. However, this is not really a particularly good map for the red team's comp here, right? They've got to watch out for that. They really, really do. Because team fighting here is not the name of the game. It's a much more rotational focused map, and that will punish the double necro combined with that support. They are very, very slow compared to the blue team. The blue team much faster there with the grenades, the thief, and the power arrow, and even the mirage pretty fast there with the sword main hand. So a lot of speed, and we actually see the team fight being lost as well. That's not good. Good revive there, of course, coming out from Chunsu onto the core necromancer, but it is certainly not a done deal just yet. The DPS is there. Misha wants that kill. He wants that minion monster out of this fight as quick as possible, and it looks like blue team are just going to straight up match that fight. They don't care about the double necro. They're going to play no necro and win the team fight straight up, as they're going to find a kill very, very shortly onto the minion monster. There it is. That is going to be the kill, and boom, and Chunsu down as well, and blue team without a single necromancer dominate the team fight. Wow. That really is going to be something right there, guys. That is not a good start for red. When you're losing at your own game, losing the team fight with a team fight comp into more of a roaming setup with more mobile cards without the solidity of those necromancers, that does not bode well. This could actually be a 500-0 here. Bear in mind, guys, I want to point this out. This is a monthly AT winning team. Chunsu is one monthly AT. Miaz, Flandre, Azadome. I don't know who all the players are. They're on alt accounts. But they have all one monthly AT, guys. This actually may well be a 500-0 into legend level players. This is why people fear Boyce and Zan and Misha and, of course, Draza and Frey. This is probably one of the strongest teams we have ever seen in a monthly automated tournament. And I'm not joking. I'm not kidding, guys. Misha, one of the best players in the game. Boyce, some would consider him to be the best player in the game. Zan, again, the best NG in the game. Draza, one of the top performing thieves in the game and multiclasser and historical player in the game. Frey, again, ex-pro player, can play multiple roles at an extremely high level. This is going to be brutality, guys. These are some of the top players of all time in Guild Wars 2. They do lose a node, though. They aren't able. It's not going to be a clean game. And we now actually do see how the fight probably should have gone a little bit more in this direction. Previously, we see that the blue team will be repelled from this node. The Necroman's just slowly grinding out that fight and getting value there. Thief here from Azam is going to get chased down. Boyce is average? True, actually. Okay, that is a true situation. Ooh, Misha in trouble into Azam here. Of course, the distortion. Dude, that... You know what, dude? You know what I like, guys? Zan goes down here too, actually. I love invuln spam. And you know what, guys? Every one of these signets gives a fucking invul, okay? What the fuck? Okay, look at that. 1 second of invuln, 1 second of invuln, 1 second where... And, of course, he has a Lacry, too, for Signet of Inspiration. So, big invulnerability application coming out in addition to the distortion. Lots of fun, guys. Ultra good content. Hell Suspect? Yeah, I mean, look, okay, you've inspired Misha. You've inspired the Mirage to come back into the game. Yeah, Azam gets a nice decap here, and the red team actually do get some good momentum off that fight, where they actually now have a 2-cup of their own, and ooh, I think it will be a little bit difficult for blue to actually break this. We have the Renegade Guard and Necro. I mean, Frey is here, but with the Mirage and Rev, very hard to push this Necromancer. I think we need to see Zan here too, maybe getting an outnumber. I think it's going to be difficult to break this Minion Monster. Having said that, the damage is good, but yeah, Boyce can't survive that. He's down state. Hand-res is there, and yeah, the good hand-res there from the revive traits on both players is indeed very, very potent. Minion Monster running at him. There's the kill from Misha. He finds it. Is that going to get stomped out, though? No. There's the Signet from Chunsu. Now Zan's here. Now we're talking. This could be a lot of extra damage that could be enough there, so good a hold there by the blue team. But red team actually doing a very good job of not being dead, and actually we do see Boyce go down again. That Herald just a little bit too squishy. All cooldowns burned by Chunsu, but they actually do manage to get that kill confirmed and survive. And there's another kill on Frey, and all of a sudden, guys, that double necro comp is looking scary. Azam doing a fantastic job moving across the map there directly to the altar. There's a lot of respawns out for blue, and there's the top buffs good in the chaos of that fight. Red team doubling down there, finding a triple cap here too, actually. Here comes the core necro capping that. Azam will cap this, not for very long though. Draza and Boyce will immediately scare him away, but it still will be double node advantage. Zan pushing in here as well. What rune is Zan using? Probably Divinity, I'd say. No, Revenant, actually, yeah. You still run Revenant for the resistance, actually, on the heal skill. And Zan immediately bursted that Renegade damage there from Sid. Rev just doing so much there. Meanwhile, Frey trying to support Zan as best he possibly can, but the score is about to equalize. Zan goes down. Azam, don't think he can stop that out. No. Can the Renegade get here? Doesn't burn this thing. Ooh, that may have been a punish. No, the hand res is good there, blocking the projectiles, denying any more additional damage. Zan gets torn, though. Actually, he's very, very low. No elixir rest. Here comes the crate. The crate goes down there as well. The healing will be good there. On to Zan there. Gets the blast field, and of course has his own heal skill available. Asdome forced to be driven away there as well, but it's a 10-point difference currently, guys. Very, very close indeed. Chunsu and the Necromancer engaged in this 2v2 should be pretty good for the Minion Mancer and the Necro over time. The Rev just won't have the same, and actually Draza gets caught here. Sid blows him up. The Necromancer with the Fearing combined with that is going to get another kill. There's no Signet, I believe. Oh wait, no, it was just popped now actually. But it's not going to be good enough, and all of a sudden, Frey also under some serious pressure, has to get out of there. Azam looking for that kill there, really wants that hunt, wants to burn those cooldowns. Nice little dupe there by Frey, and of course the grenades are fantastic for peeling out the core guardian very, very effectively too, but the points are getting close there. However, a big 2v2 there from Boyce and Misha, actually beating the core guard Minion Mancer with a Mirage and a Rev. That is the kind of play that you want to see there, just bursting through that damage. Too much damage for the guardian to send. In fact, Chunsu desperately low here as well, and Asdome gets caught too. The blue team looking to re-cement the solid lead they had. They had such a massive lead at the start of this game. Chunsu goes down. That cannot be revived there by Cinerev. That is just not going to happen. No way is that happening. Forced disengage. In fact, disengaging will be easier said than done, as we have Boyce and Misha hot on the trail. Azam now bleeding out there too. Oh, and there's the top buff secured. They're the 830 buffs. We've been talking so much about everything going on. There's been so much happening in this game that we simply hadn't have time to talk about the buffs. The buffs are now up there. Red team, actually, they have a free buff. No, they do not. Draza moving in alongside Zan, and this might just be a dead Necro here, actually. Doesn't have the Worm available right now. Thief and Hollow. Yeah, this is a dead Necro. Ooh, is there another answer? Asdome has to come for the bottom buff, but he's not going to do that. They're just going to have to give it. I don't actually mind that too much, because we are, of course, going to see a triple cap more or less anyway, actually. But yeah, he's waiting for it. There's the triple cap. Now he goes for the decap. Oh, a few ticks of stillness, and the full cap. There are 6 nodes, or sorry, there's 6 points per tick there. That is absolutely disgusting. Both Necros and downs here as well. Pogrom is eliminated right now here. So does get a good signal there from Chunsu, but that is not going to be enough. Chunsu is going to get melted into the meat grinder there. The damage from the blue team is simply too massive. Azam doing a fantastic job of playing the map, stemming the bleeding from the map presence of the blue team, but there's only so much you can do when your entire team has just been eliminated in a team fight on mid. Great Thief plays here from Asdome, but I don't think this is going to be enough. I believe this will be a victory in favor of rank 55 and friends. The civilized 55 dragons are going to be taking this game very, very shortly. Another kill lands onto the Renegade there, staggering just to Chunsu. Very good call. I think Chunsu's going to wait here. I actually like this. He's just going to wait and chill. He's going to relax, guys. He's just not going to go too crazy here. Okay. Someone explain, because when you get the bottom buff, all the nodes get capped. So there's no point in decapping it, because it would immediately go blue again. So he waited until afterwards and then neutralized. Right? There you go. Okay. Anyway, guys. Okay. Wait, what is this? Okay. Wait, read it backwards. Okay, banned trash. Ah, yes. Well, yep, I guess that, you know, explains what's going on there. Well, we know who it is now, but there you go. That is the explain. Zan is Zan. I mean, he was Zan, but he made an alt account, then he wasn't Zan anymore. Yeah, this is rough now for blue. They can't win anymore. Yeah, they're locked down. Aslam goes down there. That was kind of like the last thing, keeping them in the game there. That will be a triple gap for blue. And I've got to say, though, there was definitely a scary moment, right? I know we're meaning like, yeah, 55 kind of like was crushing this, and you can see all the kills they were getting was absolutely disgusting. But there was that really scary moment where there was that very solid team fight win into the stillness here from the red team. They definitely had the blue team sweating here. Don't count out red whatsoever. Big, sweaty game here, even from the perspective of the blue team. It is now over. Yeah, the red team just basically feeding kills to end it a little bit fast. So that's going to be the end of that. Red team wins it, or the blue team wins fairly convincingly, but definitely not a. I wouldn't say that's a completely done deal there. That will be a very foolish way to go about it. All serial killers winning very hard, actually. Into the Pain team, actually. Wow, very impressive. Oh, sorry, Sirica's winning very hard into the Quarantine Crusaders, and of course, Pain's team winning into the other French team too. Are there any other games to actually watch out for here? We had Worms winning, no surprise there. There are a few kind of close, maybe like mid-level games. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Quarantine Crusaders game here, see if there's any potential for some kind of recovery. Not looking likely, actually. for the blue team to get back into this, sadly. They're in a lot of trouble here. Red team 300 points up. Very strong performance there. From who is the blue thief? The blue thief, that was Draza, guys, on that in that previous match. Draza was the blue thief. This game is more or less going to end very shortly. The pain game has ended. Let's go ahead and take a look. This game's actually very close. Let's go and take a look at this one and see how close this game is going to be. Here we have the red team. It's going to be Puff. It's going to be Pancake the Reaper, Elvina, the Global Legend, okay, Jack, Elegia, and Bajtel here as well. Going up against, ooh, dude, look at that. Okay, Phoenix, Skog X, Budget, Skog X there, Cork here on Prot Hollow. We actually have the Thief here, Skog, what is this? Okay, the Skog X here on the Thief here as well. Otis did wrong. I don't even know what that even means. He's on Support Guardian. We have, okay, Alotina, Barbie, and Job, or Joby. I don't even know, guys. You mean the Community Conqueror? Yes, Community Conqueror Draza, indeed. Well, actually, you know what's really confusing? Both Dra and Draza have Community Conqueror, so that makes it even more confusing than it already was. Regardless of that, red team with a good 80-point lead right now, about to maybe look for a second node too, with the Thief coming in to bully this Necromancer. It's a full minion monster over here, so yeah, won't really be able to hold that 1v2. However, we have a secondary Necromancer from Joby moving in now as well. They need to make sure they've got to get the Seek Up and neutralize middle. They're going to lose the bottom, but actually, wait, hang on. Blue team, oh yeah, blue team actually dies on bottom. That's really scary as well. They really can't afford to have that. However, the Thief might be able to actually troll bottom buff for a long time, despite the Guardian going down. However, we actually have additional players dying elsewhere, as we have the support gun here of Otis dead there. And if red team get that, that will surely be the end of the game for them. They cannot afford to have that. The Hollow now dies here as well. Skolgex there. Good trolling here by the Thief. That's really, really good. Okay, if you can do that and hold two players here for a long time, that can be effective. They do manage to actually get the neutralization here with the Necromancer, but that will not last for long as the red team simply collapses back on that. Blue do get this neutralization here, but now they've got to make sure that Alta does not get captured again, and they cannot do that with a dead player. This is going to be the end of that, guys. This is going to be the end of that. You hate to see it, guys. You really, really hate to see it. Unlucky, dude, okay? Unlucky. Here for blue. They almost had a bit of comeback potential. They're going to all in. Well, I mean, the red team's actually all in on bottom, but I actually kind of don't like that. That's actually one of the ways they could actually lose this game, I feel like. Although, I guess the blue team is also kind of doing the same thing. But never mind. Well, that game is over. This game is over. Congratulations to the red team. They win. Okay, the other team, they don't win. Unlucky. I think that's going to be basically the last game. Quarantine Crusades is nearly over here, too. This game is pretty close. Let's take a look, my friends. So here we have red team actually a little bit ahead, but they actually are down the buff currently. So shenanigans can ensue. However, the blue team is very committed to this bottom buff here, and they do not have any response to either the Deathless Shrom, okay, also Virtuous Sigma, or rather actually the Thief here ready destroys you. We have to cap that node very effectively. There's the double cap once again. Oh, and actually Lacasso gets blown up here as well immediately into the downside there on his support guardian. Serrano going for the revive with the Necromancer. I don't think that's going to happen very well. Tricuna tries out, but it's not going to be good enough there. And I think blue team actually might end up collapsing here a little bit too. If they lose this bottom up, that will be very, very bad indeed. You do not want to see that. Tricuna is still available, but now does die, and that's going to be a big cleanup. All of blue just folding into the ground and dying there. Not ideal, guys. Not ideal indeed. With that one there too. Well, that's the end of that, I guess. Red team should probably have a big cleanup on this game as well. Although Operation Wowie actually does do a good job of actually getting in play here and trolling here a little bit. We actually have a third player resigning. This is a bit of a mistake here by the red team, sending 3 players to handle this buff when there's only 1 from the blue team. Oh, the blue team is actually bringing in more players, but they still technically have 2 players just to 3, so they are able to actually get a good map state off that. But now they've got to hold on and not die. The sustain should be good from the support guardian. Now there's a Necromancer, so blue team starting to get some work done, but again, blue team just not committing to the map enough here, and red just free capping some of these points here. The Necromancer, sorry, the Holosmith grabbing that very, very easily, and even 1 node is a really big problem right now for the blue team. They need to make sure that everything is neutral or in their possession, otherwise this is going to happen to them. They are going to lose. They're obviously not winning these fights very effectively, and they need to rotate around that really. Like red once again is going for the all down buff strategy, which is definitely punishable. Like, if the Thief of Serrano can decap the temple, then it is good. But the problem is just feeding these points just means they just don't have players on the map to actually control the nodes that matter here, unfortunately. So Trichuna is going to come down again, look for another contest. It is 1v4. The thing is, it's 1v3. It's kind of like 3v4, really. And there is actually a kill score, but that will actually just get ride up instantaneous. I think that would have been an insane kill if Trichuna had found that, but sadly, he did not. Can he even stop the buff here? He actually can stop the buff, does get the intercept there, and can hold on for a little bit longer, and maybe the Guardian can make it. This is definitely a potential throw move here by the red team, because they aren't really getting this node. However, Lacasso cannot hold this 1v4, and I think it's only delaying the inevitable, really, for the red team currently. Yeah, the Thief, they just trade nodes as well, and that's no good. Like, trading is amazing for red because they're so close to winning, and the red team will be taking this round of Swiss into their favor. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Temple, they can't come up with unique names. Well, dude, Draza and Dra are not... Come on, guys. It's not the same. They're also not on the same team this time either. I'm not even sure if Dra is playing. They have... Look, guys, okay, if you can't tell the difference between Draza and Dra, then what are you guys even talking about, okay? It's easy to tell they're not even close. This kill actually ends the game here. Thief needs to spam some Heart Seekers and kill that other Thief there as well. Thief is about to get eliminated, and that will essentially result in the game ending. And boom. There you go. Boom. That was a little bit of a slow cleave out there, maybe a little bit anticlimactic, but the red team secures their victory and they will move on. Of course, guys, winning these games of Swiss are important in terms of if you're actually going to make it through to the elimination round. Ooh, Corgans versus Lakers is spicy. Ooh, Master of Disaster into the Serial Killers is pretty spicy. I think this one's also pretty good. The Quarantine Crusaders into there too. Right, next games. Here we go. What do I actually want to watch? I kind of want to watch the Serial Killers game, actually. That might be pretty interesting. See how they can face up against the All-Star squad. This one's good too. Right, let's do this one. It is indeed Monthly AT Gaming. Monthly AT is fully enabled. Right, here we go. It's going to be Chunsu, okay, Trash, Band Trash, okay, Synod Rev, Azadome, and of course Pogrom here on the Minion God Necromancer. CK versus 55. That's also pretty good. Zartak Apprentice. Whoa, 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 whoa. What have we got here? We have a very frisky build here from Feifei on the Quarantine Crusaders there. It is a prot holo, but it's also decap prot holo with the personal bearing. We have Cole Summers once again on the Ranger, Belzadar on the Renegade. We have Maya on Thief and Citadel on the Core Necromancer. Ah, yes. Yes, guys. Yes, indeed. Decap energy. I hate to say it, like, particularly on this map, I think this is very, very favored towards the red team. I think we'll watch the opening of this game and then probably move over to the other one because I love the Quarantine Crusaders, but this is probably going to be a rough game for them here. They're probably going to get a bit of a beating because that team fight is pretty disgusting. You've got the double necro. Look at this. Minion Lord. Wait, is it double Minion Monster? Nice. Double Minion Mancer PvP here, guys. I love to see this. I really do. We have 2 Minion Mancers from the red team. Let's see how it works out for them. Now, of course, the blue team, they just need to dodge the team fight. Like, in theory, if they're actually able to get a 2-cap going, get ahead in this game, force the red team to split up, they can make stuff happen here. They absolutely can. But that's very much easier said than done, particularly on a smaller map like Legacy of the Faux Fire. They're going to try and find some kills with some outnumbered pushes like this. They're looking for Chunsu. He's going to immediately have to burn his renewed focus there, but Cole Summers is already dead over here. Asdom finds that kill. The Necromancer, Thief, and Rev, just too much DPS, and Chunsu gets away as well, so not even a trade kill, and oh, that's a little bit scary. I think that's not a good start, really. For blue, they can't really be dying here. If the red team ever manage to just stabilize themselves in this game, then all of a sudden it's going to be a world of hurt for our Quarantine Crusaders because they simply will not be able to break through the barrier, the bulwark of the double Necromancer team fight. It'll be very, very hard to recover, I think, from them. There's the double cap. It's been established. We should see Feifei manage to sneak behind enemy lines and get this decap here, but of course, the immediate +1s coming through from the Renegade and the Necromancer are not going to be easy to survive here. Citadel now going for a full respawn. But yeah, the problem is that how do you fight this? Like, the blue team can't directly engage this. The saving grace is they do have this waterfall up there. I would expect to see Asdam start moving over towards that relatively soon. Maybe look for a kill here, get a kill, then immediately go for the decap. But there's almost no need because we already see Feifei go down there. The Necromancer and Rev just too much damage. Now, of course, the full team fight will erupt on middle, and it's not going to be the best thing here for the blue team. Good kill there early on, but unfortunately there's no steal available, and it will get immediately signated back up again, and that just really blunts that aggression, blunts the momentum in this fight. You can see no support, guys. Look at those health bars. They're all under 50%. Sigil get a heal, so he's a little bit less than, less than below 50%. He's above 50%, but Azur now gets the decap. Belzadar dies here, and you've basically seen the rest of the game. The rest of this game, guys, will basically be a repeat of what you have seen so far. Blue simply cannot engage this in a straight-up encounter. They'll try and push far, but they'll probably slow the game out, but they will only be prolonging their own agony. Let's go ahead and look at the Serial Killers game. It is going to be the Master of Disaster here on the blue team here. There he is. Where's the Master of Disaster? Where is he? There he is, actually. Ooh, maybe they're trying out a few different compositions where Frey plays the side noder here, and it's actually going to be Misha on support. That is typically the role that we do see these players go for, funnily enough. Misha definitely played a lot of support, Tempest, Warrior, and of course that Guardian for a lot of teams there for 55 and other teams that he's been on there. So that's no surprise to see him go for that. And Frey indeed does actually play Minion Mancer or the side node role a fair bit, playing the Druid, the Minion Mancer. So maybe a slightly better role assignment here. And of course that does give them the advantage of having that Necromancer access for the team fight. It isn't a Minion Mancer though from Frey. Definitely worth noting. It is going to be the regular core DPS build with, you've got your Staff and Scepter Warhorn here as well. Typically on the Minion Mancer, you'll see a Dagger build with Staff. So a bit of a different setup there, but I think he will still be fulfilling that role. Oh, dude, that crate was dirty, man. That was a disgusting crate from Zan onto Blam, shutting him down completely. Boyce is in a bit of a trouble here with Prototype and Stern, but his team will be arriving to reinforce him very, very quickly. This looks like a very, very difficult game indeed for the Serial Killers. Draza leaving that fight there as the Guardian arrives, moving towards that decap on the waterfall. Rip in a bit of trouble here, actually. Will be able to try and get that, but no, doesn't make it in time, actually. His speed was insufficient, and Draza will now probably begin the 1v1 into the Thief. Probably feels pretty good into that matchup, while his team is basically just cleaning up the team fight. Stern is dead, Prototype is dead, Blam is just now back, but this is one hell of a stagger, and he can't really get to his team here to help out either. Like, Rip and Verbrian are going to get pushed on pretty aggressively now by Boyce and Frey with the Necromancer and the Herald, and yeah, they can't really hold this. In fact, Verbrian's so close to dying. Stern's still bleeding out. Blam maybe tries for a res, but no. With Zan, that's going to be simply too much DPS. Verbrian already falls here. Rip in trouble. The stagger once again just continues over and over and over. Zan actually might not be able to actually get this kill. He's Elixir S-ing, but no, the revive is good by Blam and Prototype. Very nice revival there, but Rip force trying to disengage toward mid. Can they get that? There's a signet, but no, the knockback I think should deny that, and the cleave is going to be absolutely disgusting there with all this damage there. Stern now under pressure. There's no renewed focus. He's got nothing actually. Stern has got to find some way to get out, but I don't think he can get to the line down, but that is not enough. And yeah, this is going to be a very decisive victory. Triple cap comes in right now. Okay, there's the triple cap onto the waterfall. Very, very unfortunate indeed, guys. You hate to see that. Yeah, Boyce is AIE here. Okay, this is the Boyce game. He's already got this gizmo, so he's playing on an ult. Don't worry, guys. It is his own ult. Unless Boyce has secretly gone to the dark side and his account is going to get perm-banned there as well. Although, honestly, I would never delete such a valuable account as the God of Slayers. I simply wouldn't risk that, guys. Okay, someone else could very easily become the new God of Slayers at that point. That's not what you want to see, guys. That is not what you want to see. Draza gets caught, but a great signet from Misha gets him back up. And yeah, I think we're going to go watch another game, guys, because sadly, this is not a juice game. This is a non-juicy game, unfortunately. Wow, 500-0 there from Pain. Oh, actually, dude, this is actually a bit of an interesting game. Like, the Quarterfinals are actually coming back. Wow, they're actually coming back hard, too. They now have this dual node setup that, could be very advantageous. Did they find any kills? They must have found some kills, right? Yeah, they actually got a lot of... Wow, just as I left the game, they started killing the entire red team. This is, I think, pretty good evidence that the Caster Curse is very much a real thing. Red team now trying to push back towards middle after having a few losses. They get that one node back, and now they're simply going to try and tidal wave the map, not so much snowball as wash over the entire map with the loving embrace and that nice necromancer bath, right? Very, very filthy, dirty, corrupted water washing over the legacy of the Fofar right now. And yeah, look, if you're blue team, you're thinking about how to actually play this map now. Like, you want to try and mess around with red, keep them locked there, and then push the side. That's exactly what Fei is doing here. This would be a really good kill. If they get that on the minion monster, then they can maybe start snowballing things. And red team does get trapped a little bit on mid, but look how small it is. Look how they're able to immediately rotate there. Good rotations here from the red team, responding to this aggression from Cole, Fei and Maya. And now they get the Lich, and oh no, Cole, that's not looking good. That's going to be a little bit brutal. He actually does survive and should be able to get his healing skill. There we go. He gets his healing skill. Perfect there. Cole now disengages very, very fast there, using that Ranger leap to get away from the Lich. And they actually do manage to hold. They even get the node. They actually have the cap right now. They are technically winning this game. Now, as long as none of them die, they can actually find themselves into a good spot. However, there's simply too much damage here, I think, for blue team to hold on. Yeah, the Necromancer and that Renegade just punching through this 2v2. The Entangle is big. It will be a nice kill if they could land it, but the response is here from Azam to rotate in. Support going through from Chunsu just to guarantee things, and that should be a kill onto Colin very quickly after that Fei. So certainly a few signs of life here from the blue team, doing a great job despite having a very, very difficult comp to actually pull off effectively. They are still falling behind. It's falling behind point by point by point. Easy.io, thanks for the Prime Game, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, there's a 2-cap resecured by, of course, the red team. Minion Monster lurking around here on the quarry to deny that. And yeah, nice decap there as well. No response there, of course. Respawn's just barely coming through now. Cole will be able to go for the waterfall, but his team is trying to fight on mid. And oh, this is just so scary. How do you win this fight? I mean, they actually do have a 4v3 currently, so they have a bit of an edge into this fight. But here you go. The second Necromancer will be rotating. The Thief is here now from Asdom, and this fight will be an immediate abandon at this point for the Blues. They cannot be here. And I think we're going to see Belzar die. Yep. Couldn't get to his glint heal in time. The Torment just ticked him out. It is a slow and painful demise for the Quarantine Crusaders in this game, I'm afraid. My initial assessment of the game is correct. It is indeed correct. It is a landslide of Necromancers, Guardians, and Revenants pouring over the blue team and just, you know, just doing too much DPS there. Yeah, these Necros, guys, they are simply doing... I mean, to be fair, like, I know it's like, haha, Necromancer, Minion Monster, haha, XD, but... Real talk, like, these players are good players. Like, all the players on the red team, they're playing well. There's no question about that. You know, like, Minion Monster may not be, like, the highest skill for in the game, but to actually play any class in Guild Wars 2 effectively, even if it is Minion Monster, you've got to know what you're doing, right? You really have to know what you're doing. And all the red team, they're playing this well. They understand how they win. They're understanding their win condition. They know that they just hold 2 nodes, decap with Asdom when they have the opportunity after winning a big fight, push these team fights with those Necromancers, and they will win. They have the support, they have the damage, and they can rotate with the Revenant and the Thief. It's just going to be... It is a very, very simple strategy, but it's an effective one. And a lot of the time, guys, you'll want to go for a simple strategy over a complicated one, simply because there's less room to fuck it up. So I think that what red team is doing here is very, very intelligent, actually. Like, going for this very heavy team fight comp into basically everything works really well, because it's kind of, it's easy, it's hard to play around this. Like, you just have to be better. And a lot of the time when you're looking at team fight comps, you have to just out-team fight them, right? You need to have the better team fight. Like, play better. Like, get the revives, get the stomps, confirm the kills. Maybe try and out-rotate it. But on a map like this, or generally in a lot of the maps, in the current state of the metagame, it turns out that just team fight and hold W works out pretty damn well. 2 nodes, right? And you can see the red team, they've just done 2 nodes. If you actually look at node possession here, Waterfall has been in the hands of the blue team a lot. Like, you only kind of saw this, you only saw the Waterfall get capped when there was that big snowball at the start here, right? You can see that it got capped here, and then blue team kind of got it back and never lost it. But that's because red team don't care about this. Red team are just playing 2 nodes. They're saying, you know what? If we can just make sure that we have at least 2 nodes ticking, or 1 and the other one neutral, then we are going to win this game. Yeah, nice response here as well from Pogum. Seeing the NG pushing off. Respawn goes to contest it. The game is already over, but it was still good map awareness to do that. It's a key part of side noting, right? Key part of side noting. It really is. We don't see Lord push anymore at this out. I kind of missed that. Well, yeah, it's because the Lord is actually a really big investment. They kind of buffed the Lord. They made it a bit easier. A bit harder to kill. And that obviously massively, you know, it's going to make it less incentivized to go for it, because it's such a big punish if you lose. Very intense game here as well, but the game is over. Looks like Cresso Giga Chad about to secure victory here. We actually have, oh, it's a good team, actually. We have Packwax here, Omega, free for kill, okay, and of course, Hasgodo Nord. Don't even know what that means, but you know what? It's a good name. Archkeon here on the support guardian, supporting his team as his team is about to win the game. GG smiley face from free for kill as they take out the made in meta boys. The GG gets called. Big game there as well, but I think now we're moving on to the next round of Swiss. Here it comes. Lord is for the really close matches. Well, typically, actually, no. Like, if you're going for Lord, you're either winning insanely hard or losing insanely hard. And you need to go for the Lord to either as, like, just because you want the game to end quicker, or you want, or it's like a desperation move that you know you can't really win. So you're going to have to go for the Lord as like a last-ditch effort to try and win. Looks like the blue team actually gets the win here as well. There we go. Ooh, are they going to get decupped? Nah, it's not going to happen. No way. Is that going to... Yeah, the Lord does not die very quickly. Like, Weaver... Funny enough, where the Lord really comes into play is actually if you are a Weaver pushing far. Because the Weaver is actually a really big threat to the Lord. Because the Weaver can solo the Lord very easily. And... this means that you can definitely abuse that mechanic to draw your opponents out of position, because it is obviously a really big pickup if you're able to find that, right? If you are able to get that, then it's really good for you. There you go. This is it. The Master of Disaster into Goku and the French Worms. French Worms into the Master of Disaster. Full rank 55. Let's see if anyone can stop that team. Can anyone stop the All-Stars? And here's one thing, guys. It's Kylo. Now, do you guys want to know a fun fact? Rank 55 dragons consider Kylo to be a cursed map. Okay? They consider it cursed. So let's see if the curse will get them here in this situation. And surprising to see, pretty similar approaches in composition. As you can see, we have our support guardian from Misha, matched there by Goku. Boyce on the Power Herald, going to be the equivalent of Azaz on the Power Renegade. Zan into Raikon, both on the Grenade Horse. Probably playing the identical builds, exactly the same build. Draza here on the Thief. Okay, into the Mad Big Worm. Okay, Esprit, Worm's leader, of course, Big Worm. And finally, Frey on the Necromancer will be matched by Oki. Frey going to be playing regular core Necromancer. Is it going to be minions? No, it's not. It's actually going to be an exact mirror comp between these two teams. They believe they have the answer. They believe they have the correct way to go about playing the game. And I think almost every player in this game is probably playing the exact same build. Yep, same build on the Necros. Probably the exact same build on Thief. No, actually, we have Smokescreen for Esprit, and for Draza, we have the Signet of Agility. So a slight difference there. Zan will be the same on Nades. Builds will be the same on the Core Guardians here from Misha. Oh, hang on. Wait, what? Wait, is this actually intentional? We actually have Misha on Wizard Amulet on Guardian. So he's like, you know what, dude? Healing power is for suckers. I'm going to go for mass DPS on Virtue of Justice, actually. I'm not totally sure if that's intentional, and I could kind of see it, because, of course, you will actually get a lot of spike damage with your Virtue of Justice playing this build. You obviously don't have much healing, but then again, healing power scalings have actually been significantly reduced across the board, actually. So, not impossible that this could actually be intended. Because bear in mind, guys, even you go full healing power with, say, you go for your, your Sage Amulet, or the fucking Avatar Amulet, you only get 500 healing power, which doesn't scale very well on a lot of these abilities. So this might actually be intentional. I wouldn't necessarily say it wouldn't be intentional, simply because of the fact that this F1 does so much fucking damage. Seriously, guys, have you guys ever played, okay, in a team fight against fucking Core Guard, dude? Like, the F1 annihilates you. It, like, destroys you if you go with this. So look at that, guys. See this? Check this out, guys. Can you see how Virtue of Justice on Misha right now does 4,000 damage, right? Now think about that. That's going to get multiplied by 5. When Misha hits that F1, he is actually going to be pumping essentially that multiplied by 5. So 20k damage if you go for a coordinated F1 spike there. That is juicy right there. It's very, very juicy. Yeah, and the healing isn't that much worse because healing power kind of sucks. And you don't get like there's no 1k healing power amulet anymore. And also, he'll still be running transference. Okay, see this, guys? Because he still gets the 20% healing modifier, which in other words kind of like carries his healing power. So they go with a big healing power modifier, and of course you also get a bit of extra healing. Actually, you don't actually. Never mind. I was going to say he was running the mace trait, but he doesn't have the mace trait. He's going with the res trait instead. So he still has decent healing output on this, but particularly to other people with the 20% mod, and he now has like a significantly higher damage contribution while still having all the goods of like the boon application. So I think this actually might be a slight. This like intelligent optimization here from the Master of Disaster. And why Wizard? Well, he's gone for Wizard, right? Because he wants to have the power damage too. Because hey, it's better than nothing, right? You know, your Staff 2 is going to do something symbol, will do something sword symbol, right? All does damage, right? So you might as well just have some big, basically go for like the biggest pump amulet. Now, of course, let's actually talk about the game, right? Allies damage though. I believe it actually doesn't, Cran. Wait, I think it actually only scales off the Guardian, if I'm not mistaken. I think it actually isn't like Sun Spirit. I think it's actually more like a Venom, where it's actually it works where it's actually the Guardian stats are actually used for the F1, just like Ashes of the Just. Anyway, here we go. It is the blue team. The Worms, you got a few kills there. They're now pushing back into this team fight. Of course, team fighting is where they are comfortable. That is where they like to be, right? They're getting some big reses here. Both teams is going at it in the Omega team fight. Allies damage? Okay. I'm looking it up. I actually don't know. I thought it actually wasn't like that, but I'm going on the internet, guys. This game is irrelevant. Fuck this game. Let's look at the good stuff here. Okay. Yep, it's the Allies' collie damage. Dude, this makes even less sense. Because I remember, dude. Okay, I remember people doing this. People were like running Sage on Guardian. And it's like, it's not good. Okay? Because you barely get any value. I guess he just doesn't care. He wants as much damage as possible, I guess, for the team fight. But no, it's not like a Venom. Okay? But there you go. Of Ranger pet damage. Well, there you go. Like, well, I mean, of course, right? Because it has the pets have condition damage. But yeah, it doesn't do that. That's not very good. I think that's not as good as it sounds then. I mean, I guess it still pumps anyway, because even without colony damage, it's still going to hurt a fair bit. And I guess for you, it does a lot more damage, and just this build will hit like a fair bit harder. But, I don't know. I don't know. Minions of colony damage, so it's insane. Yeah, they're actually not running mini monsters, though. I mean, I guess they have like the minions from Lich, and, well, the Flash one, technically, right? But, yeah. Well, unlucky. Right? That's not really as strong as you'd expect, to be honest. He's still winning. I mean, he is still winning. But that's mostly because I think that the healing power is very bad, right? So it's not quite as good. Symbol cleave? I mean, I guess, but like you're still kind of a noodle. Like even if you're playing this build, you don't have any like damage trait lines, so you're still a bit of a noodle. I guess you're just less of a noodle. And I guess it's better to be slightly less of a noodle and like sack a little bit of healing that doesn't really do that much anyway, I guess. Passive damage is good on the F1. Yeah, but he's like going to pop it. Like, he's going to spam that shit really hard, right? See, look, there you go. Like, literally, he's got like a fucking macro, man. He's doing it off cooldown. He's popping that shit off cooldown, bro. Okay. But anyway, it certainly is looking pretty damn good here for the red team. Okay, Raikkonen in trouble. Az is now coming back off routes in there. Esprit, the big worm, 1v1 into his former teammate. You can see the betrayal in the eyes of Esprit and Draza as they duel. Raikkonen taken out there by Boyce. And this does not look good for one of the strongest teams that you'll ever see, the Worms. The Worms are in trouble. And of course, they are down on their roster here as well. Okay, Mighty Llama tapped in map chat. Whoa, that's high energy, guys. I like that. He's still a worm. They're all worms, man. These are French worms. Okay, once a worm, always Esprit gets giga bursted there by Boyce. There's on nearly goes down. Can he get away here? Oh, no, he cannot. And Boyce gets the kill. Draza finishes the job. This is going to be a triple cap here. And I'm afraid the Worms, they're in trouble. They are in serious, serious trouble right now. They've got to figure out how they're going to approach this team later on in the tournament. Otherwise, they will be crushed. They will be eliminated. They will be purged out of existence, my friends. They really, really will. because this is not good. They are not winning whatsoever. They are, in fact, losing hard. The spawn camp basically coming through. Signet from Goku does not land. Draza interrupts it. Azus tries to hold it for the hand raise, but no, he cannot do it. There's simply too much damage. Azus is going to go. There is the kill confirmed on the Azus. Goku goes for the Signet. Boyce, though, with the knockback, and Goku goes down again. And the Lakers, the Worms, they will be held at their spawn. Oki was able to somehow slip past enemy lines, but will now find himself in a 1v5. Esprit looks to move out on the map, but Draza, I think, does see him. No, does not seem so. Esprit will get the decap here. At the very least, trying to get something done here on the child with the majestic haircut, but I'm just not sure it's going to be enough. Oki dies right as the rest of his team is respawning. Oh, that is an absolute catastrophe. That's going to be pretty much another 20 or 30 seconds before the blue team can even really start thinking about team fighting. This is just not going to be enough. I'm not sure if we even see 100 points. Draza moving to deal with the spray. The cap does come through there, but Draza now in play on the windmill. Of course, be able to get that neutralization fairly. The smoke screen for Esprit should be pretty good here, actually, to help him in this fight, but no. Here comes Boyce, pluses up there immediately, goes for that kill. This does give a slight map advantage to the Worms, of course, because they're now able to re-push out and get a 4v3, but I think we're going to see this actually held fairly convincingly by rank 55, and then they'll simply just delay this, stall this fight out here a little bit with the support guy in there from Misha and the Lich form from Frey. And then we'll have the Revenant and Thief rotate back into the encounter from Boyce and Draza very, very quickly. Raikkonen about to get destroyed here by the Lich form. Does actually hold himself. Puts the supply crate down, holds out there. But look, there's just no point getting, guys. 84 to nearly 400. The Worms are in so much trouble, guys. They are in so much trouble right now, guys. This game is definitely going to be a bit of a failure here for the blue team. They're going to need to, like I said, re-establish themselves, because they'll almost certainly be facing this team later on. I think a really big question is who's going to be the second team in the finals, right? Like, will it be the Worms? Will the Worms be able to defeat the other teams? Serial Killers could definitely make it to finals, I think. We could also be seeing the Miaz team get to finals fairly comfortably. Or, of course, the Worms Pain team is also really good too. Like, they could make it pretty far, pretty deep. That's going to be like the real contest. I almost feel like this is no longer, guys, a monthly AT about winning first. I think we're going to see the red team almost certainly be able to win. They just look so much stronger than any of the other rosters that currently exist in this tournament. The real question is, who is going to be second place, guys, okay? There is no winner except 55. There is only the first loser at this stage. Send gold, I'm broke. No, you can't have any, okay? Give me gold instead, okay? That's how it should go, okay? It's a one-way thing, dude, okay? One-way thing. Half the audience of the HS Invitational. Dude, look, I love to see it. People are hyped about that monthly AT. They're going for that stuff. They want to see their audience. They want to see that energy. I love to see big viewership on the PvP stuff, tournaments and otherwise. You can see the results of the other games. The Quarantine Crusaders winning their game there. Quaggins getting a bit of a beat down there from the Pain team. Of course, we have this game here. The Masters also pretty much crushing the Worms. Over 100 points there, at least. There is that. Oh, wow. Let's go over this. This is the real game, actually. Not this game, low energy. This game is the shit, guys. We actually have Chunsu and some other people going up against the Serial Killers. The Serial Killers just 5 points ahead right now. 1 kill separates them. Of course, 1 node will very, very quickly seal the deal one way or the other. It looks like Rip might go down here as well. Can Rip somehow try and hold off? No, he cannot actually hold. He has to go for the invuln here. Might be able to teleport away. Jaunts to freedom there. There is the invulnerability. Does have some more defensive abilities available, of course, on the Earth Shield to store available, and the Signet, so he can refresh everything he gets out there. But now let's see, it's going to be an all-out team fight. I almost want to see Blue just try and go for the decap here. They will have an outnumber, as one of the Necromancers from the red team is not currently in play. If they get a kill on the Chunsu early on here before the full force of the red team rise, that will be amazing. But actually, no, I actually really like this here. Go for the decap, pull the Necros away. The Thief is going to move, and this could be a kill on Rip here. Rip's got to be very careful. This is good if Rip can not die. If he can survive, this is amazing, but it's going to be so hard to do that. He needs the Signet. He finds it, but he's got to start thinking about disengaging. I think he's going to fall at 600 HP, and he does go down there. Does that give maybe the blue team an opportunity to find something here on mid and go for a kill? For Brian back on his Power Herald like we saw previously? Well, I'm not sure if he can, though. It's going to be very, very difficult. Blue team nearly actually has the cap on mid, but I don't think they get it. They're 1 tick away. They'd really like to get that. They need a knockback. Signet here onto Blam. Does connect there. Good Signet. There it is. Blue team still holding that lead. 3 minutes to go on the clock. Asm can't find that decap. Blue team doing an amazing job of holding on. They are not going to concede this zone. They want to hold on. They want to keep that lead. But there it is, the kill onto, of course, Rip equalizes the points directly. It's now exactly even in every possible way. Glint heal from Brian comes out, but no, the damage comes through. The cleave is simply too massive there, and the Condi Herald. Oh, what a team fight got in there. Condi Herald and double minion mount. Oh no, 1 minion mount and then the single regular coordinator. That is a disgusting team fight comp. So much condition pressure, and obviously red team just has too much pressure. There's not really a lot of the classes here on the blue team, the progressions. They do not like Condies much, right? Rip is going to have a lot of trouble with sustained Condi application, even though he's got a bit of cleanse from dodge rolling. It's not Condi Rov level of cleanse. The Necromancer can handle it quite well, but that Herald, ooh, that's not good. And Blam, not a big fan of Necros, guys. He is not a Necro enjoyer, and believe me, he probably is not a Condi. He is not a Condi Herald enjoyer either, unfortunately. And that's a big victory there for the red team. They're now only 5 points ahead with that kill, because Stern and O'Brien are still contesting mid. It is still an even map. It is still all to play for. One kill, 1 or 2 kills can completely swing this game in the other direction. It really is down to the wire. Prototype going to maybe look for a decap here. Oh, but wants to push the fight there too. Maybe blue team, can they get a kill? But no, there's the node. They can't sound it. They eventually run out of steam. They cannot sustain that, and they've now lost that node. It's 2 minutes left on the clock there. The double cap is slowly winning the game for the red team right now. Oh, and Azdome gets a decap. That's really bad. Rip has to respond, but he's so low. Can he make it? He can. But Distortion's not going to be good here. He's got no real cooldowns. He cannot survive into this thief. Has to stealth up, and is just 1,000. He's actually going to go for the damage. This is such a fucking ballsy play by Rip. If he could somehow miracle this 1v1, that would be unreal. Can he do it, though? No, he can't. He's dead. Okay, however, we do see the Necromancer die, Stern capping mid. Serial killers, they need to find this kill over here. They actually will have the advantage, of course, because they're going to have a 3v2 into, of course, Chunsu and the Necromancer here on the red team. See if he can make it. Getting a lot of pressure there. We're getting some good Shroud. Will be enabling very, very shortly indeed. The Shroud gaming is initiating. Is it going to be enough, though? Actually, it's going to be very, very difficult to try and hold on here. Here, the healing on the Mini-Monster is going to be good. Chunsu holding on, but it's not enough. Is there a Signet available from Chunsu? There is. Is it going to get CC? No, it is not. The CC was not good there. Star 5, not enough to break through the devastating 5 stacks of stability, and red team should have this one in the bag. Now, we are going to see the Guardian come over to help out Rip, but Synod Rev and, of course, Azadome are in play. They are good to go, and the hold here from the Guardian should be good. Chunsu does fall, but there's simply not enough time to actually neutralize this map at this stage, and the red team will emerge victorious. Necromancer, Kondirev, brutal composition, brutal team fight, guys. And that's right, guys. SA. Floor is leader of SA, and so is Chrono, and they're both rank 1 legend. I love to see it, guys. All right, then. So, let's see if we can get this game. Here we go. It's going to be on Forest Classic map for the this game here. Let's see how we're going to look. Are there going to be beasts? Any beast enjoyers? Well, let's look over the team compositions here. Who will be farming beasts and who will be farming the other players? It's on the red team. It's going to be Aeon on the Minion Lord Necromancer here. The kind of new updated build, although sometimes we see Necros actually go with less minions, only running bone minions, and also the healing minion, and then going for another well or corrosive poison kind. So the Shadow Fiend, so slight adjustment there from Aeon. More minion gaming. Gauntlet on Reaper. Just classic power Reaper here. It does lots of damage. It hits very hard. It's got Lich form. It's pretty good. We have Fly on the Power Herald here. Very good for big rotation damage. Fallen out a little bit of favor. Of course, Boyce has been playing a lot of Herald there too, but we're seeing a lot of Renegade play in high-level content as well, so bear that in mind. Adelanti, Support Guardian, just the usual stuff. Is he going with the Avatar armor? Yes, he is. I almost want to check into that game and see if Misha was running that amulet intentionally, so this one has a little bit more healing, a bit more sustain on top of it there for the additional healing, and of course the healing modifiers from the Transference Sigil. Pain, is he going to be playing SD? No, it's going to be DP here, probably because there's no Mirage. Just wants to match into a spree as much as he possibly can. Of course, the blue team, also highly formidable. It is the Worms, Worm and Oki. Ooh, Oki maybe not super happy about playing Necromancer. Wants to instead go for the Hollow. Certainly something that I think Oki is perhaps more known for is that kind of Hollow Smith. It is the Revenant play. Even the Ranger, actually, from Oki. Not so much the Necromancer. So that is going to be the play. So it's double nades right now. Oki and Raikkonen on the nades. That is very, very scary. Big reveals coming out. And Raikkonen actually getting caught here almost instantaneously at the start of the game. It's got to be very, very careful. The rest of the Worms are coming in there, trying to peel them out there as much as they possibly can. And so it's going to be a very aggressive push. No one even going to the closer there of the henge from the Worms. They're going to go directly, and they actually are able to save that. And now they're going to turn the pressure around onto Gauntlet. Gauntlet getting blown up there by the grenades. Adelanti will be in position for some healing. course, the Signet will be there from the Thief. It's an all-out 5v5 within 1 minute of the game starting. Welcome to Guild Wars 2. And it's actually won by the Double Necro. Riken gets completely destroyed. Gauntlet in trouble here, but gets the port out there. Esprit coming in for the hunt there. Oh my goodness, that's not going to start. Gauntlet does go down, but I think that should be the revival. Adelanti resing, no steal available. There it is, there's the revive. And now I think we're going to have to see a disengage from the Worms. They have lost this team fight. That Double Necromancer is powerful, and that is a disadvantage going for the Hollow, right? The Hollow just have plenty of DPS. But in those straight-up fights, that Reaper just does so much damage, okay? That is massive damage. Wizard Guard, new tech. It is indeed new technology there from the Master of Disaster. Maybe the Disaster in this case is what amulet he picked. It's going to have to be a bit of a reset here, though, for the Worms. They need to get back out into the mix, go big as quick as they possibly can. Recover. They didn't lose too much there. He only lost 1 kill, so not the end of the world. For them, of course. Let's see if they can now get some recovery here and take a fight of their own. Because obviously that one didn't go super well. Obviously Riken getting caught very early and is not ideal, but they've got to get rid of that Reaper. That Reaper is going to be the serious problem. Like, the amount of damage output coming out from that Necromancer is just obscene, particularly when you blend it together with a Power Herald and, of course, a Minion Monster in the 5-5. Dude, this is actually just going to be 5-5. Seriously, just add Deathmatch. Let's just get a Deathmatch game mode here, guys. What are points? What are points? What are secondary objectives? I don't know. The only thing I know about is gaming, is 5v5. And yeah, dude, Riken, not really the most popular person in this game, getting hard focused down right now, but in that push, that Herald got melted there. Great res discipline, though, from the red team. They get there, but oh, those nades are starting to really hurt. Is there a Signet from Adelanti? There is in 2 seconds, so he will have that revival. Might need it for Gauntlet. Esprit so low, though, as well. The Mad Big Worm has got nothing. He goes down. Is there a Signet from Goku? Gauntlet down there as well. Both teams trying to hold on these reds there, and the knockback actually denies this. Another one fight for the red team. Just not quite enough staying. Great res onto Gauntlet, and Riken goes down as well. Signet from Goku. Lands it, I think. No, it's not good enough. Poison denies it. Great poison from Pain, denying that Signet there. Of course, so that's how it works, guys. Signet basically heals you for 100% of your health and down state. If there is poison, it will be reduced by 33%. Bear that in mind, guys. Azuz falls too. Goku about to go down as well. Oh, these fights are looking absolutely fantastic right now for Pain and Aeon's team. They get a very convincing win. Blue team, though, do a good job of getting out on the map. Spree off respawn. Able to hold onto the henge, but Fly is going to put a stop to that. Wait, we can maybe see like the funkiest res ever onto Goku. In fact, we do. There's the symbol going down. He actually might get that. I'm not sure if Fly can intercept that. That is a really nice res. They're denying those 5 points, and of course getting Goku back earlier than he would otherwise be in the game. That's 15 seconds of time. So they're very nice res there by the Big Worm. Points still pretty close together. Just a single node being captured by red, the keep. And, well, that's the thing, guys, that you've got to watch out for this. This is all about team fighting here. And so far, even though the points are close, every fight has gone very, very well for the red team. And Oki already pressured. Goku arrives, will be healing that engineer while in Elixir Elf. That's very, very good. Here comes the Lich there from Gauntlet. Projectile block was there temporarily, of course, for Goku, but Oki just gets caught out there as well, and Oki's just going to get destroyed. Oh dear, this is not good at all. Good rotation here by the Worms, getting Azuz on mid there and shoving away the Thief. Pain will now get matched directly by Esprit, so we're going to see some Thief 1v1. Of course, it is going to be on the blue team's zone, so it's going to get decaptured almost certainly. Esprit will have to stealth up. He does have smoke screen, so he can definitely take a good fight here, as opposed to the sign of agility that we are seeing come out here from Pain. But Pain actually looking very good so far in this 1v1. Oki responding there to take over from Esprit. But that means that there's not going to be a grenade holes within this team, but they're going to be one hollow down, and Riken is already dead. Good Signet from Goku, putting in some work on this one, but oh my goodness, that damage from Gauntlet. This man is a maniac. It's Halloween, dude, okay? It's the fucking Halloween, fucking Texas Reaper massacre happening right now, guys. Okay, this is out of control. This man's a lunatic. He's dressed the part there as well. Looks like, you know, the Bloody Prince there, kind of like that spooktacular stuff. There's always got the Reaper side. He's destroying. Az is down too. Man, the one thing that the red team haven't quite got down just yet is that they are definitely getting memed a little bit. They're getting rotated pretty hard on by the Worms. The Worms are doing a good job of maintaining control of the game by rotating and picking fights where they can, but they're just losing every fight right now. Like, they are getting absolutely crushed in these team fights. That is their normal strength. The Worms, right? They love those team ups. They're so good in the 3v3, but it just seems that they cannot get this win. Is it the Necro? Is it the lack of synergy? I don't know, but this is looking extremely good currently here for the red team. They want to go to the finals. Bear in mind, guys, they will have to face 55. after this if they end up winning, which is certainly not going to be, you know, a particularly desirable outcome for any team. And even when Assault is the red team, still, this is looking extremely bad for the Worms. They're now going to try and re-push back into this and just go for a flat 5-5, but oh my god. Goku can't res that. It's too much damage. And Goku has no renewed. It's over. This is getting close to GG. No Draza, no win. Okay, it seems no Frey, no win. This is demolition from the red team. They are absolutely crushing this. Not good whatsoever. I mean, I kind of want to go check the progress of the other games. Master Disaster into the Tenebrae, probably very favored towards the Master Disaster. Yep, there we go. We do have that. It is, well, there it is, guys, okay? The Wizard Amulet was indeed a mistake. Misha clicked on the wrong one. Little confirmation there, guys. Unlucky. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay. You do get half the damage on your F1, though. Unlucky. But I guess, you know, it doesn't matter because you share it 5 times anyway. Right. Let's have a look at the Quaggons on duty. Can they possibly defeat the Chunsu team? Oh, hang on. Oh, my God. Quaggons on duty. Are they actually popping off? The only team that actually had much trouble, that actually gave Rank a bit of trouble, which is actually the blue team right now, is currently losing to Quaggons on duty here. They are absolutely going insane. They're going psycho. This is massive. Okay, there's the neutralization. That will, of course, put blue team back into the wing position there. But if red can get a kill, looking maybe for Asdom or for Sinid, they actually do get it. Where's Chunsu? He has the signet, but he's not in position, actually. Benny beating the death. That should be a confirmed kill. It is. And Chunsu's not exactly happy here either, actually. Double Necromancer will be able to, you know, the Necromancer will be now supported by Chunsu, but they're not actually looking too good on HP. Zemvo goes towards middle there. Will actually be able to fare quite nicely into the core Necromancer, particularly if the Thief of Crown was able to move in, because Azadome will be matching that. But Chunsu actually dies over here. Demolish gets that kill. Oh my god. The Quaggons are about to upset. A huge upset here from the Quaggons, if they're able to pull this off. How did this game go, actually? It's actually very close the whole way. Wow, so there wasn't anything weird like a DC. It was just like straight up the Quaggons playing really well. Love to see that. I love to see the Quaggons on duty going berserk. Ooh, now there's a bit of a problem, though, actually. They've lost their momentum a bit. Zemvo, I think, can get a decap, but he won't want to stay versus that Necro. Although maybe he goes for the 1v1. No, he's not going to. Will instead go for the rotation. I like this, though. They can easily push in, hard rotate in. They'll have an outnumber for a good amount of time before that other minion monster is able to actually get in the fight. This is a good state for the Quaggons. They've got that Scud, they've got the corruption, and they find a kill. Chunsu has a signet. Is there an interrupt on that? Where's the Thief? Oh, no, can't make it in time. He just barely didn't have the cooldown. But they're going to find the kill again. Cranel and Zenvo. They play so well, guys. They really do. I love these guys. Like, Cranel and Zenvo, such a great duo. Focusing so well on that Mesmer Thief. Just bursting through this. Chunsu is in a lot of trouble here as well. Might be about to go down. Is Chunsu going to fall? There's the renewed focus. Does manage to get that off there. Gets a bit more healing. Oh, I think that they really want that kill. Oh, they're not going to go for it. Oh, I almost wish they'd gone for that. That would have been such a big pickup. There's nothing left really on this Guardian, but Chunsu will actually get out. Benny will be able to neutralize this node and get that back under control. But no, that leaves mid open for Azadome. Oh, now here comes the push, but a little bit too late, I think. Oh, the Quaggons. Maybe a little bit indecisive on going for that final kill. Of course, they do have a bit of an outnumber here. The respawn from the other Necros here. They want Chunsu. There's the breach. That could be a big kill. Chunsu going to die here. There's going to be Chunsu. He's going to go down. The cleave is massive. The damage is due for the Quaggons. The problem is they're losing the map. Azadome there just kind of solo carrying Chunsu. Don't think he's resable. He's going to go down. There's the stomp. But they need more. They've got to kill something else now, because Chunsu is going to be respawning very, very shortly. 10 seconds. They need more. The Quaggons must find additional kills, and they aren't going to. Demolish under a massive amount of pressure. They're banned trash there for the Lich. The Lich is big. Chunsu is now back off respawn. But look, Azam can just trade. He can trade this node over and over again. And Necromancer just go down. Pogrom is in the downside there. Sid Rev in trouble too. There's the glitter, but Chunsu is back. And that hand res might be good. No, they actually get the stomp. But again, can they decap it? The Necromancer's going to come back in 10 seconds. They need more. They need more kills. They just don't have to pump it. They cannot pump hard enough. Benny actually getting jeweled here as well in mid. Azam, he knows he can hold it. Oh no, the Quaggons can't quite make it. Good recovery, of course, from the blue team. Very commendable to actually just get that very calm, collected, cool-headed Reese push there and holding that node. Just they do not have, even with the Thief, even with the Mirage, they cannot break through the defensive capability of the Guardians and the Necromancers, and it will be a victory for the blue team. There it is. GG called there by Cranel. and they move on. But actually, let's see if the Worms have been able to recover into pain. I don't think they have. They've got a little bit there, got to 200 points, but there's only 4 minutes left. 4 minutes is a scary amount of time here for the Worms. They do not have a lot of time. We actually did see something weird must have happened, because we actually did see Aeon go for a relog, and we actually see the Lakers, or rather the Worms, they have started to win a lot of fights. They didn't win anything up until halfway through the game, and Aeon relogging, that is maybe a little on the risky side. Like, dropping that second Necromancer for the team fight is maybe not what you want to do. Like, this definitely gives a lot of comeback potential here to the Worms. They're still very far behind. Okay, you know, do not make any mistake there, guys. It's a very, very tough spot for the Worms, but certainly maybe a little bit better without that double Necromancer in the play here. And actually, Oki actually relogged to the Necro himself. So both teams relogging here. Okay, looking for a kill onto Aeon. Of course, it'll be quite difficult to actually fully kill the Ranger here. Lots of cleanse and sustain on that build there to be quite irritating for that build to deal with. However, there is a Lich form that could come through. But again, just 80 points to go. Lakers winning that fight, getting Aeon down. But they need some serious point gain, man. Yeah, we're going to have Oki grab the henge. And now we see Aeon rotate around to mid. That should guarantee it. S3 won't be able to hold. There's got to be something there. Yeah, this hold is really good here too. There's the neutralization. Atalante can't hold it. We actually have a kill onto Fly. Signet, but the CC is good. Worms. Worm back, guys. Ultimate worm back. Could be happening. Riken now moves to mid to try and deny Aeon. Will be able to actually get some... Oh, this is actually really good. Worms have a very good rotational state here. This Thief won't get anything done because of Oki. Aeon will be in trouble. 1v2 into the Thief. And they're actually holding this team fight well here. But now we need to see a response. We need to see something come over here because the respawn from Fly will be very difficult. Azuz and Goku can hold it, but they won't be able to hold it for long, guys. Not at all. Yeah, and there it is. Here's the plus, and the damage is massive. Goku getting focused down hard. Is going to have to pop renewed. What's the response? Where are the Worms going to come in? There needs to be something now. They do not have time for this. And there's the Lich from Gauntlet. That damage is going to be massive. Az in trouble. Gets the projectile ball there with the heal skill. Very nice there. Can they hold on until the team rotates here? They need a little bit more. They've got to not die. If Goku and Az die, that basically ends the game. They must not die. But that Reaper damages so much. And they do go down there. But they get the kill on Aeon. But she was 3v1. Actually, they kill Azadome, actually. And they're going to get Aeon too. Or the Pain, sorry. Kill Pain and Aeon there, probably, maybe, but they lose that node and they lose 2 players. That might end the game. This is the end for the Worms. And yeah, 2-0, 2 minutes on the clock. I think it's almost unwinnable right now. Yeah, and Riken dies here to Gauntlet. Yeah, that's GG. It's over. It is over, guys. The Worms are actually going to go out quarterfinals, I believe. That is something you do not see very often. I actually would have had them favored against this red team, but red team just putting on such a great display of team fighting, using the Necromancer there with Gauntlet and Aeon. Great rotation there, and plus from there, of course, from the Thief, and just good damage and support from Fly and Atalante. Clinic of team fighting there, and they actually get the Worms. They're going to eliminate these Worms out of here. Okay, it's not full Worms roster, that is certainly true, but it's still an incredibly great team here. Like Goku, Oki, very high-level player there. Riken is now kind of like an honorary Worm, just won the community. He's a community conqueror. This is community conqueror Riken, guys. He won that previous tournament there with Draza and the rest of the Worms. Spree, of course, a very top-tier player here as well. Hasn't been playing Thief much, so maybe a little bit rusty. And Az is, you know, one of the most legendary Rev players in the game at this point here. So this is definitely a bit of an upset, in my opinion. The red team are very, very solid, but I would definitely have given the Worms the edge. But that is it. The Worms are out. And now we are going to see Pain's team, see if they can put a dent in the Master of Disaster. We actually still have the Serial Killers game going on it, which will be the, you know, determining who's in the other... Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god! Wait, what? What is going on? Serial Killers are out as well. A pug team of people who I don't know, except Packwax, are obliterating Serial Killers. What the fuck is going on in this tournament, guys? What is this? What has happened here? That is unfortunate. I don't exactly know what happened there, guys. But we have a serious issue. The Serial Killers are done for. They're out. It will be this team here. Cresso Gigachad will be moving on right now with the blue team. The owner of the blue team will now be moving. Fair play to them. Yeah, fucking Tupac is back, boys. He's farming monthly AT at this point. Huh. Unlucky with GG's. I mean, yeah, it's sometimes, guys, the lag gets you. The lag gets you, and you die horribly. Unlucky. But still, we still have some great games ahead of us in the tournament. So let's go check these out. Well, this game's taking ages to start there while the teams kind of recuperate themselves. It's going to be Skyhammer. Ooh, that is actually interesting, guys, okay? Very, very interesting indeed. So, here's the deal. This, I think, actually gives a bit of a good chance for the Pain team to actually do well into rank 55, because they are playing a very heavy team fight style, and this is, again, a very heavy team fight oriented map. Very small, easy to rotate. Necros can have a really good time on this map, kiting all over the place around this territory, all that kind of stuff. So they can certainly get value out of their comp. If there's any map where the Pain team can have an advantage into the Master of Disaster, it's going to be Skyhammer, right? It is going to be the Skyhammer. Okay, so if they can pull that off, it's going to be huge. Very, very big indeed. Let's see if they can do it. Because I think that actually, well, of course, this team and the, this Chunsu team here as well also has a lot of potential to be able to actually win into that other team there as well. Into the rank 55. They could definitely win if it was a good map, a good team fight oriented map. Particularly with this Conde Herald, actually. This Conde Herald is very scary, I think, actually, in the team fight versus rank 55. Because rank 55, they will, they actually have some things that are, again, very Conde vulnerable, like the Power Herald and the Grand Holosmith. It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all to fight directly into that. It will have to be an out rotate from 55, although maybe they can just mechanical magic their way into winning the fight too. It is possible. I mean, look, we all know who's winning anyway, guys. We know it's a no Boyce, no win situation, right? So any team that doesn't have Boyce, guaranteed to lose. So seeing as Boyce is playing, I mean, I guess he wins 100%. Regardless of that, let's see how this game goes. I mean, this is a good team, right? Like, very clearly a very strong team. They were able to beat the Serial Killers. Of course, there was maybe a bit of latency going on there, but still, it's no mean feat to defeat that team. Even under an advantageous ping scenario. I think it will be difficult for them because they're going to have to try and team fight into the Chunsu team here, which is very, very hard, right, to do that. Like, there's just so much damage. Double Necro Conde Herald. Ooh, yikes. Have fun with that. As I'm already feeling confident to actually move over to point C and go for that cap instantaneously. You know what I want? You know what I really want, guys? I want to be able to... Oh, I wonder if this is doable. Do you think it... You'd have to break TOS, so I won't do it. But I'd really like to be able to, like, nickname a player. So, for example, I know this is Azadome, right? I'd like to nickname a player, and instead of blind hee-hee, it would show Azadome, right, instead, if that makes any sense, right? So if that would be really good if I could do that, because it would make it way easier to, essentially, like, identify players. So when I'm commentating, if I say Azadome, if you don't know that Azadome's playing Thief, you won't know that blind hee-hee is Azadome, right? Blind hee-hee is, in fact, Azadome, guys. But it'd be nice if I could actually, like, rename him so I could see that. Exactly right. Yeah, Thief is very juicy on this map. Even though it is a small map, it's so easy to go in and out that you can just get so much value out of it because of how tanky the map is, right, with all the kiting spots. It's just so easy to pressure the map very, very nicely with this Omega content here. But there you go. Hee-hee XD indeed. I mean... Yeah, you can kind of see the story of the game already starting to unfold in this regard, I think. It's just... The red team is not going to be able to fight this super effectively. The minion monster will basically just kill the Weaver when the Thief Plus is in, and we're just going to see a very standard kind of two-node grind. Aslan will decap, like he does right now, and then you'll just have the Necromancer, the Guardian, simply rotating between the 2 points. Chunsu is outnumbered right now, but Sin is going to be so annoying, right? He's going to stand on the point, be very, very tanky, and wait for one of the Necromancers to arrive. They might end up actually losing mid, to be fair, actually, because they don't really have enough sustain, I don't think, to hold on for a good amount of time. Chunsu and Sin Rev are doing a great job over there, and this 2v2 actually not going super well for the blue team with the double Necro. They're kind of getting there in the end, but one Necromancer already being forced to leave there. The Reaper not able to sustain here, unfortunately. Bit of a weird rotation for the Reaper to be in this 2v2. Probably not exactly where he wants to be. Azam actually gets full cap there as well on point C before moving back in here. Kills the Worm, and now we'll go for tougher a fight. And all of a sudden, now it's a 3v2. Of course, the Mirage pushed away over here. Tupac looking for a kill onto these Necromancers. I don't think we'll find it, though. Yeah, there's too much Shroud. There's simply too much Shroud. I'm afraid that you hate to see it, guys. Okay, this map is the Azadome Special. It is. He won his first month here, I think. If I recall correctly. Yeah, that's true. Wait, what the hell's going on here? Is he stuck in the wall or what? No, he's not. He's just dying. So actually, you know, Red Team, they're definitely putting up a fight, right? They are absolutely going for it. They might get free hammer. Is there going to be any instant? There actually isn't. Dude, this Reaper, what a gamer, gets the hammer for free. However, we do have the Guardian down here of Archeon. It's just full dead over here, unfortunately. And I think Cresso Giga Chad is also not in a particularly good spot. Like, gets a nice lich, but no, is going to die there as Blind Hee comes in for the kill. That's going to be the end of that. But however, the res is good there. Nice blind fill by the Reaper, able to get that player back on his feet very effectively. And Red Team absolutely putting up a fight, and they're putting in some work. You know, I think maybe, you know, maybe we should not have underestimated these guys. They are really going for it. Like 50 points to 137. Not a stomp. Not yet, anyway. It's not very decisive one way or other. It is a very slow game, so that point differential of like nearly 100 is certainly significant, but they're actually not in a bad spot, right? They are about to get double cap, though, I think, as this Necromancer pushes towards middle there. The Condy Hour and the Necro will be too much, I think, for the Red Team to really send. They haven't got their Guardian here either. It's going to be a while for Archeon to get over here. And while that's happening, his team's health bars are going away, right? Tupac Shakur in a bit of trouble here. Packwax has to run away. Oh, nearly dies full damage. That would have been very, very funny, but very, very sad. Guardian heals, but that leaves the Necros actually alone on mid there as well, which is not good. Red Team do have that single node, though, so they are technically winning the game right now. They are in a good spot. The Weave are actually winning the 1v1 into the Minion Monster there as well. Or at least doing a good job with the Mesmer coming in. That's terrifying now. This Minion Monster will not survive that for long. That might just be a flat-out kill onto this Necro. Oh, just barely gets to the jump pad. The other Necromancer being... And she falls, though. A little bit spooky. Minion Monster should die here, I think. Gets the heal. Few more hit points left over. There's the Corrosive Poison Cloud. Chunsu arrives. Does have Signet, I believe. No stability, though, so it will be a tough revive. But, oh, just barely enough sustain. Just enough to keep this Necro alive. But the gap is actually closing. Red Team is starting to win. They are slowly but surely winning this game. Now securing point A. Azadome will be able to get point C, keeping their lead maintained exactly there as well. Almost feels that this Comedy Rev is maybe not quite impactful enough. A lot of people are very skeptical about it. I always kind of like it when I see it. It's like, ooh, Comedy Rev. That's a pretty cool build. But it just maybe is not really putting in enough work here. This is not really working for them. They aren't able to get value. They killed the Reaper over here too, actually. Ooh, this is really bad. The Guardian should leave this. He's just going to, oh, Blind Hee is going to be so annoying. Not only is the Guardian pushing enemy node, now here comes the Mesmer. But this Guardian needs to be out on the map supporting his team. Sid Rev now back off respawn. But here we go. Andu is going to go down there. There is free for kill. There's the kill secured. We see actually Blind He just leave there as the Mirage comes in there. Knows he can't really do too much into the Guardian and the Mirage. Here comes the hammer, but 40-point differential right now. This is a pretty crazy game. I don't want to very quickly look at the other one because, again, I think this could be a good map for the Gauntlet team to actually get done. Oh, and it is a close one too, actually. Wow. Dude, how I want to spectate both these. And Boyce actually dies. Zan goes for the res in stealth, but Boyce is stomped. And Payne's team now converge towards Misha. They want that support. Payne will probably be on the hunt there with Fly. Looks like a good disengage here, though, from Misha. And we also have Frey kind of filling in the flanks alongside Zan. Big damage onto Zan. Draza into Payne for the 1v1. That is quite the legendary 1v1. I've got to say that, guys. That is an epic one. Both thieves really actually taking away each other's health bars. They're good damage there, even in stealth there from Draza. However, looks like Payne might be the one who will be destroyed this time, as, of course, we also have, yeah, Boyce comes in there. Very nice reveal there from Boyce, revealing the thief, landing that shackling wave. However, could be a revive from Adelante. Is there a Signet? No, he would have used it. No Signet available, so that cannot be revived. But Red Team, they do actually have node advantage. If Adelante lives here, they're in an okay spot. There's no pressure on point A whatsoever. Bear that in mind, guys. So that means that Red Team, as long as they can actually contest mid, they're in an okay spot. Necromon's having the 1v1 of their lives right now. Frey into Aeon 1v1. I believe Aeon actually has the minions, though. And so as a result of that, the condition transfers there will be annoying. Here comes the Lich from Frey. No Lich available for Aeon. Yeah, she's going to have to trade a lot of her hit points for that. Oh, God, that hurts. Yeah, a lot of health just vanished there from Aeon there because the Minion Monster doesn't really have any. No CPC. That's why you often see Corrosive Poison Cloud being used by Minion Monster to kind of give you that sticking power, to give you that ability to sustain against the Lich. Gauntlet in trouble here on mid. There's on 5 points. And Draza leaps in and finds the kill. Gets that kill there big time. That's a big kill on that Reaper. Blue team now with a double cap. They're all looking for another one to fly. This could be a big snowball. They get Aeon, and they get Flight, and they get Gorner. Ooh, that's not good. Hammer is nice from Pain, actually. Even though they are going to lose the map, that resets it. That gives them the opportunity to recover, but they need to wait for all their respawns. I almost don't want to see Gornet push out. I want to see him AFK and wait. Yep, that's exactly what he is going to do, and just wait the 10 seconds, get the team back, and then repush. They were doing okay in these fights, right? They were able to get these kills. They were getting voice. They were getting somebody who was Watch Me Shine, right? Who is that, actually? I see some ArenaNet partner who I'm not aware of, but that is a tough one. I don't think this is over, guys. It's definitely 3 cap now for rank 55, but not a completely done deal, if you ask me, guys. Not a done deal here. We get out. Oh, Pain. Ooh. I say that, I immediately curse Pain, who dies. That's not good. Now we're in a bad spot for the red team here. Now we're in trouble because they need to break this team fight, and fast. They don't really have the ability to play all of the nodes simultaneously, and they now need to win, and they're outnumbered because they don't have Pain because it's a flat 5v5 on the middle node. This is going to be a big deficit for them to try and build up. They give him a res on Gornet. They get it. That's a great res. Can they turn it around onto Draza? No, Draza already looking for that disengage, moving away. And look, they just want Gornet again. Oh, that Reaper just getting bullied so hard. Signet from Adelanti does get it. Gornet back up again, but he's got nothing. Has to Lich, but no. The Lich gets focused. The Lich gets blown up. The damage from the Rev, from the nades is simply too expensive. I don't think that third res. Can they get a third revive? They actually can. Wow. Big fucking res. But no, Gornet dies again. He goes down again. This is the life of the Necro. The life of the Reaper. If you do not have terrain to kite on, you just cannot survive. Just instantly deleted again and again and again. So much sustained DPS from Zan, from Boyce. Thief and Necromancer putting in that work too to finish those kills and secure that. But there it is. Eventually Gornet dies, and that's a brutal team fight defeat. Aeon dies too. Oh. Seriously. Guys. Have I actually, like, just full on cursed? Okay. The red team here. I said that, you know what? Okay, I joined the game and they start losing. It was really close. I guess it was very early on, I suppose. But, you know, I joined the game and they start immediately all dying, right? It feels bad. It does feel bad. I've cursed the red team. I mean, they're a little bit dead now. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty dead. 200 points behind, 2 cap. They have 1 player bleeding out, 1 player about to come back. Ah! This is, dude. Oh, it feels so bad. It feels so bad right now if you're on the red team. Because you know you need to go now, but you know you can't. Oh, no. And Pain eliminated there by Zan and Draza. Oh, yeah, that pretty much ends it. Like, you need that Thief. You've got to have that Thief. Okay, in play. Otherwise, it is simply no good. It is just no good, guys. It really is. I think it's to see the other game. Other game should be going towards Chunsu. Yeah, now it has become a little bit more decisive, as you can see here, for the Chunsu game. And there it is. Bit more of a clean game. After that, bit of a weird early game, but then the snowball really kicked in. So it's going to be Chunsu in the finals, presumably up against the Master of Disaster. Yep, there we go. Now we have to wait for this game to end. Okay, let's check this out here. It's the Master of Disaster. It's going to be Boyce, Zan, Draza, and Frey. Let's get me a prediction, guys. I want to see a prediction on this stuff, guys. Give that prediction in the mix. Your in-game clock is wrong? No, it isn't. It's just server time. I want to see Flying Rifle Warrior. Well, I mean, the GMs are watching, so that's probably fairly unlikely to happen. Red team just gets wiped again there. Adelanti, Fly, and Aeon shut down here. Gornet just basically off respawn again. And, well, you can just see all these kills, right? Look at all of those kills. Kill after kill after kill after kill after kill. Rank D5, I would do Team Copium is the blue team name. Or rather, the Chunsu team. You can do Team Copium will be the approach there. Hello there, Jay Gotti, 8,199 yo. How you doing, my friend? Chunsu team. Okay, you know, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. One team will win. I like that. That's a good, solid prediction. But yeah, this is basically the end. The game comes to its conclusion. Slightly anticlimactic semi-finals, I suppose. A little, I think I would really like to see serial killers into into the Chunsu team because they were actually very close to winning. It definitely could have been a serial killers into Misha Master Disaster Finals, but sadly, we were denied that because I think those two would be really good games. Like Pain's team, or the Chunsu's team rather, into serial killers, very exciting, very, very exciting. It was very close in Swiss. Sadly, didn't happen again. Torrent Chad, I don't think you're going to see any Torrent Chad, guys. Like the devs are watching. Okay, who wins the monthly AT? Well, it's not looking so hot. I think people are fairly confident that rank 55 are indeed going to be the victors. We have 845,000 points on rank 55 and 22,000 on Team Copium. We're actually going to see over 1 million to 25k. Oh my god. Alright, let's do this. So, it's monthly AT finals on EU. On the red team, it is going to be Team Copium. With the Core Necromancer here, we have a Minion Mancer. Thief from Azdome. It's going to be the core. It is still going to be Con the Herald. This, well, I mean, it's a team fight, Matt. Maybe on the bell they can get some value there. Really push those fights as hard as they can. Chunsu on Support Guardian on the blue team. It's going to be the Master of Disaster, Misha, on Support Guard. There it is. Valor, Honor, and Virtues. Boyce. Power Herald here. There's the Power Herald builder, Boyce. With, of course, the Berserker Amulet with Divinity Rune. Energy Purging on Sword and Cleansing. Escape on the Staff. Zan on Grenades. As usual, Intelligent Sigil with Energy on Sword Shield. And we have Draza, DP Thief. Just nothing normal and nothing weird here. All the normal stuff. And Frey on Core Necromancer. It's actually going to be Boyce going for close. Wanting to push that Necromancer directly into mid to match the Necros of their opponents. Well, this is going to be an interesting game. Certainly, rank 55, they actually won in Swiss fairly convincingly, but that was on Temple. This is not the same thing. This is a very team fight-oriented matchup, guys. Just bear that in mind. A very, very team fight-oriented matchup. And that means that the double Necro with the Korev, Kondiha, right, could be very potent for Team Copium. If they can actually start forcing those big 4v4s and 5v5s, those Necromancers will start to pay dividends into the somewhat squishier composition of their opponents. The question is, though, will 55 simply out-rotate their opponents and get the devastating victory here? So far, nothing really crazy happening. Both teams respecting each other. I respect it, guys. I like to see that. Yeah, I don't actually know who all the players are. It's going to be Miaz is probably playing. Miaz Flandre probably on the minion. He usually plays the side node role. Azadome is the thief, of course. Chunsu support guardian. Sakiki might be the rev. It is unknown who the other Necromancer is. I do not know who the other Necromancer is, guys. So this is probably Flandre Miaz. This is Azadome. This is Sakiki, probably. And then Chunsu is the guardian there. The other Necromancer is unknown. Oh, wait, is it actually Synod? Which one is Synod? Is Synod the other Necro? Well, yeah, Synod's almost certainly the other Necro. Because Synod is a Necro Enjoyer. Okay, he is a Necromancer Enjoyer. So this is Synod then in that case. So this core Necromancer will be the gamer. Oh, Chunsu is down here as well. The team fight starting to go the way of rank 55. Looks like it will be cleaved out. Yeah, double Necro. They're both liching up, but the Lich will be good enough to actually finish off Chunsu. So rank 55 managed to grab themselves the archway early on. In fact, I think they're just, I think this is going to be a die on node point here for Flandre. That's not going to be any way of escaping, and that's going to be a kill. So, first opening skirmish does go towards blue. There'll be a good decap here by Synod, or rather by Sakiki. Getting that decap here onto this situation there. Big decap situation. Not too bad there. So the red team actually maintained not the worst deficit in the world here. Now, the problem is that they need to start winning these fights. Like, when you've got a comp like red, you need to win these fights. And, of course, they'll be able to force them very hard when the bells start coming up in 30 seconds' time. But the fact that they had a bit of difficulty in the opening engagement does not bode well for them whatsoever. If blue team simply outmuscles and wins these fights, because, of course, you know, look, Yeah, you know, of course, the team fight is no slouch here for the blue team either, right? Like, Zan on grenades is crazy. Boyce on power. There's a lot of DPS that combine that with the Thief and the Necro. You have got a huge amount of damage. Because what you'll actually notice here, guys, is that the blue team in rank 5, they're actually not really running a side noder. They're actually running, you know, the Necromancer can kind of be, it's kind of role-playing as a side noder, but it's not a true side noder like the Minion Mancer of the red team. This is an all-out DPS damage build. From Frey being played. So they actually kind of have the edge of having an extra player in a way in some of these teams because they're confident they can hold 1v1s enough and simply rotate around that. Very typical of rank 55 to do stuff like that, to be honest. Like, they always like that more rotational style, and that's why you just don't really see them even guarding those. They're just going to go for kills, going to get more kills, and simply snowball them up like that and just maintain enough momentum. They just auto-win the game. Because yeah, red, they're not winning. They are not winning these team fights. They're actually having a lot of difficulty. They might be able to get Boyce. Boyce is going to get shut down here. The support from Misha is going to be very, very potent here. And here's the bell. Let's see what's going to happen here. Could be a flat 5v5. Now, in a flat 5v5, red team should have the edge, right? They have so much AoE condition damage that there's no way that blue team should be able to match that in a flat 5v5. But notice, guys, how blue team is denying this. They're stalling. They're denying it. And yeah, they assassinate a Necromancer. Zan actually basically gets this kill in a borderline 1v2, actually, before he can even make it over towards the node. Frey is pressured, and of course the respawns will be coming through very, very soon. And if red team can win the bell, they're in a good spot. But they're already down a player. We have Sakiki incredibly pressured here as well. Might end up going down so very, very soon. This is not looking good for Team Copium. Because if they can't win these fights, then there is no way they're going to win this game. Chunsu has to signet. There it is. But no, Draza immediately steals it and shuts it down. And the first bell is going to go towards blue. That honestly might be kind of the game breaker. Like, no joke. Because I think red team, if they want to win, they need to win every bell. And if they lose this first bell, I actually think that's GG. That will be a game over. At that point. I don't really see a victory being possible, simply because if red team is not winning these fights right now, if they can't get the bell, they can't snowball it, because of course, guys, the bell mechanic is very snowbally. It's going to be 25, then 50, then 75, and red team need that. Now they've got to wait another minute to get a 25-point bell, which they don't want. That is not good enough. They need that to be the 50-point. They need the 75-point, even the 100-point bell. That is how they would win this game, and I think their win condition basically just vanished into thin air, because now they're essentially going to be 25 points behind, then 50 points with the next bell, and then even more the final bell. They're going to be so far behind because they're losing. They've now lost so much potential value from the map mechanic that I think they're just dead at this point, because blue team is simply going to rotate around the map. They're going to push with Zan, push with Boyce and Draza, and simply outmaneuver the slow Necromancers. Here comes the bell, and red team is probably going to try and force it. But again, blue team knows exactly how to counter that. Get a kill before the bell. Pick players off while they're rotating to the bell. Never allow the 4v4. Every single fight, guys, has never been what red team wants. Red team has never had the fight that they want to have, right? They simply do not have access to it. And that is where things get scary, my friends. Because without a win condition, how can you win? Azadome dies right as the bell is up. Boyce also gets... we also get the Minion Monster eliminated here by Boyce. 2 players dead as bell comes up. That's game over. This will be a 50-point bell here for the glorious rank 55 Dragons. The return of 55 is looking absolutely disgusting. And here they go. They're going to get that cap. There it is. There's the capture. That's going to be 350. And this game ends very, very, very soon, I'm afraid, for the red team. Oh, well. This is kind of the problem, guys. You know, like, look. When when the ultimate all-star team forms, pretty difficult to win, as it turns out. And yeah, this is an absolute monster team. This is the team that you'd expect to see only in a tournament. Like, this is a genuinely exceptional state of affairs, guys. It really, really is. Like, these players are monsters. Again, like, this is not some, like, random team on red team, guys. This is not only a team that's played a lot together, this is a team that's won a lot of monthly ATs together as well. This is a serious team, and they are just getting battered right now. But no, great crate there as well. That's going to deny that. That will probably end up killing Sakiki too. This is brutal. This is absolute devastation. This is going to be the GG. DCAT will come through there onto the Bazaar. Azadome trying to get something on the map, but it's only going to be delaying the inevitable at this point, I think. More kills will be coming through there onto the Necromancer here, onto also the secondary, the Minion Monster and the core Necromancer. This is going to... And look, honestly, guys, I really want to give a big shout out, guys, to Zan. You can actually go check this guy. Seriously, check this. This guy, very low AP. He has around like 80 AP right now, I believe. That's a very new player. Learn the game very quickly. I do love that, guys. But guys, I also want to point out that a lot of the players on red are very new too. I believe this player, very new, Pogrom, another very new low AP player, and indeed Texby, very, very low AP. These are brand new players, guys. They've only started playing Guild Wars 2 very recently. I don't know how they've got so far in this AT. You know, they've really done great here. I'm so impressed by this gameplay. These players have had accounts for maybe days, right? Literal days of having accounts, and they're already performing at a very, very high level. Just goes to show you guys, if you practice, right? If you practice in these ATs, you can definitely go far, and we see that reflected in the monthly AT here. So many of these top players coming out of nowhere on all accounts. On new accounts, sorry, not all accounts. On Boyce, yeah, it's Boyce's ult. It's a well-known ult. It actually used to be his NA ult, if I recall correctly. I remember watching Boyce stream NA, and he was playing on the Moshi account or some shit. Yeah, these guys are not even level 80, right? You know, Zan level 2 here as well. All these guys level 2 as well. Like, wait, Jesus Christ. The Master Disaster calling the easy. Okay, the easy gets called by Misha, but it's too late. The players are already gone. The easy will not be seen by anyone. Well, that's something, guys. That was a slightly disappointing finals, but I mean, I guess what do you expect, right? Not much to be, you don't really expect much from a final where you have one team that strong, but there it is, guys.